Hi, everybody, and welcome. We are so thrilled that you are spending some of your, what's today, Tuesday? Some of your Tuesday
Yeah.
evening with us as we pull off a fantasy train heist in, you guessed it, Daggerheart. We want everyone to know right at the top that some of the rules have changed since we got on a Zoom call together this afternoon.
Yep.
So today's going to be a little loosey goosey. It's going to be a lot of fun. It is for March of Dimes, an amazing charity stream. But before I get into that, I want to say thank you so much to Josephine for the raid. We truly appreciate it. Hello and welcome, raiders. Like I said, we are raising funds for March of Dimes, an amazing organization whose mission is to end preventable maternal death, preterm birth, and infant mortality. If you click on the pinned chat on YouTube or Twitch, you are going to see a Tiltify link that you can go to donate right now, and you can actually help us shape the game with your donations. For every $10, you can gift a reroll to anybody on screen. I don't know if Sephi needs the rerolls. How do we feel about that? No, no for Sephi.
Yeah, I don't need rerolls.
Whew,
I don't need it.
incredible. I'm so
need it.
happy that
I
she's
don't
on
need it.
board.
Yeah.
For a
I got enough to keep track of. It's good.
less. For a gift of $25 or more, you can give an auto success again. That's to all of the players that you see on screen. For a donation of $50 or more, you can give a boon or a bane to the party. And it's up to you to decide if it's going to be a boon or if it's going to be a bane, and then it'll be up to Sephi to decide how she would like to present that to the party. And finally, for a donation of $75 or more, you can name the next NPC that Sephi will be using. So I don't know, you could say like Joe Bob. I don't know why that's the first thing that came to my mind. Hopefully you're a little bit more unique and creative than me and Joe Bob for the NPC that we will be having. I do want to let y'all know that our first $100 is matched by Bogus Cheesecake, who is an Alaska-based TTRPG company making unique content and systems. Check them out. They're absolutely fantastic. And finally, for every $10 you do donate to March of Dimes through our Tiltify, you're entered in to win one of over 10 TTRPG-related prizes from Talon and Claw, Pat Edwards, Scry Society, and Hermley. So if you are able to, please throw some money to March of Dimes. They're an amazing organization, and we'd really appreciate it. Folks, my name is Jess. My pronouns are they, them, theirs, and I am going to pass the mic to DJ to introduce himself.
I was not expecting to be introduced.
Surprise!
Hey, I was like, this doesn't seem like Clockwise. Okay, cool. Hi, I'm DJ Knight, full-time space and sci-fi broadcaster and entertainer and host and voice actor and other weird and fun things. I like to make silly sounds and do very stupid things. I'm very glad that we didn't go live when we thought we were, because I was being silly.
It was really funny though, and I wish it was.
I do too.
It's really funny.
My pronouns are he, him. You're awesome. Thanks for coming to hang out with us, and please do support March of Dimes.
Pass
I
it
feel
off
like
to
I'm
whoever
missing
you
something.
want. Okay, I'm gonna call people. Jacob, introduce yourself.
Sure. Hey, everybody. My name is Jacob Plick, Duval King Jacob, all over the internet. See him pronouns typically found on the amphitheater on nights like tonight. But we're going to do some charity chaos, and I'm so down for it. And you can also find me on other places, like I'm the Dungeon Master for a little show called Duval and Dragons bi-weekly Sunday nights. A couple of different shows like Outcast and Outclass and Misfits of Falsetto, which you can follow me on, playing in those wonderful games. And we're getting into character stuff a little later, but I'm excited as hell. I bet you are too, Zach.
That's my name. Zach Speaks Giant on all the things. I do silly D&D stories on mainly YouTube, but all around the place. You can find me there. I also do a D&D one-shot where I replace every dice roll with a physical or mental challenge. So it's kind of like Taskmeister. Taskmeister? The German version, I guess.
Taskmeister.
Taskmeister.
like a
Taskmaster
Pokemon.
suits D&D. It was a really fun time. I'm gonna throw over to Sephiroth.
I'm gonna go last because I'm gonna go right into the narrative. I'm gonna throw it to
Right.
Mayana.
Bam.
Owen, she, her pronouns. I'm a writer for animation and games. I'm a voice actor. I'm a TTRPG actual play performer. And I'm so excited to be here. So excited to be playing with Sephi and all y'all. And thank you so much for hanging out with us and supporting an awesome cause. Sephi.
Jazz, did you introduce yourself? I know it's your channel, but
I did
still.
introduce myself, and there was a donation that said, "Can this go to the game master?" And no, Phil, you cannot
No,
give
I'm
that
afraid not.
to our game masters. So you can pick any other lovely face on this screen.
Mm-hmm. All right, so I will be your game master this evening. I am Persephone, aka Persephoroth online, she, her pronouns. I am about to cause everyone here many, many problems.
Yay! We're so here for it.
Fantastic.
So, shall we get started?
Let's go.
Let's do it.
We come in on an endless blue sky. Below you, the roar and thunder of storm clouds. And beneath that, the chugga 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 of a train soaring through the skies, weaving in and out of the atmosphere. We come down in on through the steel, through the windows. And instead of a train car, we see a massive cavern? Not a cavern. Instead of water at the bottom, there's a floor of crystal, moved and marked by silent waves that do not make the surface ripple, but underlit by a shining orb of light that shifts from green to blue to gold. Columns and twisted waves rise from the floor of the ballroom, and at the center, a statue of 3 mermaids reach up to the ceiling, inlaid with prismatic crystals that glow in time with the light below. People in finery, gold, layers of jewels, silks, furs, line the floor of the ballroom. And we come across someone. In the left corner. Mayana, can you describe your character and what they're doing in this room?
Yes, you see Isabella Izzy Angelus. She is a highborn fawn bard. She has light orange fur. She's got these nice, sweet little horns that are like white, and she's got long, flowing brown, curly hair. And she is sitting at the bar nursing a martini, and she's hoping nobody notices that her furs are fake.
They are indeed fake, but good enough replicas to maybe fool a less discerning eye. Across the room, we find someone else, another player for our evening heist. Jacob, describe your character and where they are right now.
On the other side, just grabbing a glass of wine from a passing person is a wild-born Qatari, a fairly tall, talking 6'2". Fur is very real. Black fur. You see his blue tricorn hat, blue matching long jacket, almost glowing teal oceans for eyes, and sort of brown worn boots and a fairly looking black pants, white dress shirt, open. And he's leaning kind of on one of the handles of his long rapiers that appears to be like fiery red, the other like a cold light blue, studying the room.
And where might we find your character, Zach?
Finch is attempting and failing to lean nonchalantly against the bar. He keeps like repositioning himself after it doesn't look very natural, and then he's thin, he gangles, he's spectacled, his hair and eyes color of kind of a muddy puddle. He's also wearing like a suit jacket that is clearly like too big for him. It's like it kind of like makes him look even like more gangly. It's a little long on the arm as well, so his hands are kind of covered. It makes him look like he's wearing his like dad's suit to prom. And he's kind of just trying to sit there and like be cool, but his heart rate is up clearly, and he's breathing a little quick for someone trying to act casual.
And DJ, where are you in this room? And who are you?
Mace Explode is a Slyborn demon rogue. He is dressed in full black, just with accents of red on his necklace, on the tips of his sleeves as he's rolled them up. He's even wearing a black vest with a black shirt open. And he's leaning against the bar, and he's just kind of like watching Finch fidget. And he's holding like an entire bottle of rum, because why would you not if you're at the bar and you're mace? And he just looks at Finch and just, why don't you just stand properly?
I'm trying. I forgot. What do you do with your hands when you stand?
Everything. You do what you please.
Everything? That's not limiting my options. I need.
You're overthinking this far too much.
I'm physically capable of underthinking it at this point.
And that's what makes you overthink it. He just kind of leans in with his elbow and just like shoves him a little bit and just.
And he just falls into a stance. He's like, oh, thank you. That's good. I'm just gonna stand like this and not move at all. That'll be right.
Of course you're going to move. It's a part of life. You can't stand here forever.
And while Finch imitates a statue, where exactly are you, Jess?
Yeah, absolutely. So you would see a seaborn daemon walking over towards ink on skin. They have like seafoam greenish skin, dual toned greenish blue hair. They've got some nice cute little horns and a nice little tail, continuing on with the greenish blue theme. And then they're wearing black leathers with some boots with spurs on them, too many belts. There's too many that they're wearing. Captain Dick Dangers uses he, they pronouns. And as they approach ink on skin, they'd have a coin in between their fingers that they're, flipping from one finger to a next. I think would gingerly lay a hand on ink on skin and say, "Friend, it's been quite a time. How you doing?"
Oh, me, I'm doing quite well. It has indeed been a while. It is much more quiet than last time that I left you.
Thought we were gonna die last time, mate.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's quite surprising. I've always found you to be very, very confident. You do sort of play the game quite well, though.
And I'll just twiddle my little coin in between my fingers and chuckle.
So, any new leads on your next ship after all this is over?
Yes, I'm actually trying to do something on the ground for once. Fucking hate being in the sky.
It lost its luster quite quickly, being that we nearly blew up last time. So, and he his eyes sort of match over to Mace. Hopefully we don't have a sequel.
Speaking of why they're in the sky, why are all of these people here on this train, traveling miles and miles above any surface below them? Well, that would be because of one man, William Pip. A fortnight ago, you all met in the dark at the corner of Masonbury and Rochester Street, above a seedy little bar, in a room that only had one chair, and in it was William Pip. You did not know who was hiring you or why you were called. All of you from disparate walks of life, knowing each other, aware of each other for various reasons, but never having met. The man that summoned you is one of the richest in the world, if not the richest, known for his eclectic taste in collecting art and some of the most priceless objects that money can buy. You'd think you wouldn't be able to because they're priceless, but he can find the money for it. He is a short man, wispy gray hair, sort of frog-like in appearance, speedy little eyes, large mouth, wearing a fancy doublet and pants that, if they're not silk, they're made of some material that is way more expensive than silk. He looked at each and every one of you, all of you, successful in your own fields, let's so to speak, and asked you to do one thing. Reclaim an art piece for me from the Estelle, the traveling fortress. The ship.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Isn't that supposed to be impregnable? That's like the one that's impossible to break into. You can't break into it. That's what people say.
People say that because they're too afraid to try.
And we're not afraid to try.
Yeah.
I love all of your work. I'm such a huge fan of all of you guys.
Oh, you've heard of me.
Well, yes, of course. Can I have your
You've
autograph?
all heard of each other.
Yeah, I bet we can get this thing
There's a
pregnant for
reason
sure.
I hired you.
Of course.
Is there something to explode? How impregnable is this floating fortress to a stick of dynamite?
I imagine you will find out, but I need you to find an object for me first. A
Good
statue, stolen from me by the train's owner.
Is the statue impervious to explosion?
No. I would hope that you would reclaim it before the ship or the train explodes. In fact, if it's not retrieved and the train does happen to explode, I will make your life an impossibility. Have I made myself clear?
This is good motivation.
Absolutely.
Crystal, yes. Thank you.
Oh.
The
Blackmail.
only thing clear is that I might explode the wrong thing. Shame.
He reaches into his doublet pocket and pulls out an image of a statue. It is of a tall woman, braided hair, made of marble. Impossibly detailed, carved to perfection. Almost looks too real even in the artist's rendering. This is the last art piece my former wife made before she passed. It was taken from me by Herbert Thatcher, the lead investor on the Estelle. I want it back. And I don't care how impregnable this fortress is. There is no wall that money cannot take down. If you do this for me, I will make it so that you never have to work another day in your entire existence, or want for anything. But that statue must be returned to me.
Sentimental.
Yep.
Noted.
Not a problem.
I will
Don't blow
get
the
you
statue.
on.
All right then.
Don't explode the statue is the bare minimum of this mission. Yes.
Maybe.
I could have you executed on the spot and no one would find your corpse.
Well, then we wouldn't be able to help
Love, if
you.
you wanted me executed, I wouldn't be here right now. You know you love my skill set. Come on, say it.
Get the statue back to me in one piece. And you can explode whatever you want on that train.
Except the statue.
And hopefully not us.
Yes.
Obviously.
I would also like not to be exploded if that's
Agreed.
possible.
I feel like sometimes you don't want to make assumptions. You just want to go straight away with it. Say what's on your mind.
I
a
will
good way
get
to be.
you onto the train. After that, it's up to you to find it. It must be in one of the many vaults, but the place has been expanded so many times. Half of it doesn't even exist in this dimension. I need you to find it. I will be there with you. I will make sure that you're all able to communicate with each other from any part of the ship. And he claps his hands, and from the corner of the room, hidden in the shadow, a butler appears. The most generic man you could possibly imagine. almost featureless, actually. When you look at him and then look away, you cannot remember what the man looks like, only that he is a man and that he is present. He has a silver tray on which are 6 crystals. These are communication devices. You'll be able to use them to speak to each other on the train, regardless of where you are.
Cool.
Important note. Do we get to keep these after?
Get me the statue and you can keep whatever you like.
That is good to know.
Out of character question: is the medium dude still with us?
The
average,
butler?
most, yeah.
Yes.
I have a question for you, mate.
Yes.
How is it that you're the medium of everything? Right, because medium is the standard size. It's when you go to get size for things, they hand you a medium, expecting that's the norm. Is it magic? It seems like you're medium in every way.
He gives you a wide smile, too many teeth.
That's terrifying.
I make it my business to not be known. Makes my job a lot easier.
That's impressive.
That's a good line. I'm gonna write that down.
I want to learn that trick.
If you can learn this trick, that'd be very impressive, wouldn't it?
Oh, it's gonna be. It's gonna happen. By the end of this train trip, watch.
You
You'll love it.
blink, just a passing blink, and he is gone.
Wow. Wow.
I'm gonna learn that too. It's gonna be great.
Never mind who I hire. I will provide the blueprints of this ship. Well, the train. It was originally going to be a ship, but they changed their minds. I will give you the original blueprints, but it has been expanded and changed many times. So what you walk into, I do not know.
Apply for the unknown. Got it.
Wing it.
We leave in a fortnight. What you do between now and then is your business. Be at the dock where the train leaves.
That's good.
Not
All
a
right.
problem.
These are good
It's
directions.
very clear.
Good meeting, team.
Should we drink to it? To our
Always.
Definitely.
success?
I don't drink with my lessers, but have Rain at the bar downstairs.
Oh, shh.
I didn't think anyone was asking you anyways. Could you hand me the rum?
And with that, you drink to seal the deal. We flash forward 2 weeks later aboard the Estelle, known as a traveling fortress to the common folk for, well, the fact that no one has successfully infiltrated, robbed, or been able to steal from it ever. You know that this train was built for the sole purpose of the elite. It is a year-long trip that docks at a station only once a year. It is filled with luxury upon luxury. Only the most wealthy in the world are able to partake of its pleasures. And now you are here, in the grand ballroom, 3 days after the train left and started traveling the air. What do you do?
Okay, so I was thinking, I'm trying to figure out if it's better for us to split up or if we maybe we split up into teams, but I'm open to feedback. I'm open to other people's thoughts because I really respect you guys and I just want to do whatever you guys need me to do. I'm here to support you guys. Yeah. So, yeah.
Pardon.
Mm-hmm.
First, I'm gonna apologize. I don't know if it's all right. I call people love on occasion.
That's okay.
All right. Didn't want to offend. Bring it down a notch, love.
Oh, so
It'll
sorry.
be fine. It's all right. We're all here to have a drink. In fact, I believe with this train, they're gonna have the best alcohol that exists in all the realms. So let's have a drink.
Mm-hmm.
Calm it down. We'll figure it out real quick.
Yeah, thank you.
Bartender,
You're keeping me honest. I really appreciate that.
here for you, love.
Izzy.
Finch pulls. Oh, sorry.
Izzy, can you give me
First roll.
a recall roll?
A recall roll, absolutely. Let's see here. Yep. Ooh, that is a critical success.
Shut
A critical
up, really?
success.
You
Okay.
already crit? What?
Dang. So take a hope.
Out the
Take
gate.
a hope.
What number did you roll?
If you had any stress, you shouldn't, but you could clear it. So
I'm gonna get a +1 on that as well.
you had a detailed look at the blueprints that were given to you by Pip.
Mm-hmm.
This ballroom, which you were told was the main ballroom,
Mm-hmm.
was nowhere on the blueprint whatsoever.
Hmm.
In fact, it is set in an area of the train that shouldn't be there, according to the original blueprints. So it was definitely added later.
Okay. This is interesting. So, okay, I don't know if you guys know, but by day, I'm kind of like an actress. So, like, I have a photographic memory. I'm really good at memorizing things. So I did memorize the blueprints. And this room, not on there. That's pretty weird, isn't it?
Yeah, that's not great.
Right. Have you seen any other discrepancies with rooms kind of being here that weren't supposed to be?
This is the first one I've noticed so far. But that's kind of like, this is the main ballroom. So like you'd think like if you're building like a foundation, you want to build it around like a superstar or like a showstopper kind of situation. So you'd think they'd want this on the blueprint unless it was hiding something.
Certainly.
Yes. Okay. So should we continue to go into rooms that maybe weren't on the original blueprint?
Yeah, that sounds good. That's a good idea.
Yes.
Good idea.
Thank you. Thank you.
Perhaps-
Everyone,
Very hard.
in addition to Izzy, make an analyze roll.
Ooh.
Where's that at?
I'm looking for
It's
it.
top right underneath.
It's knowledge.
The DC
I
for
gotta-
this is going to be 13.
Cool.
Okay, at 12 with hope.
12 with hope. Okay,
And
so
that's the
Ooh,
dual D6s.
no, this is the 2d12.
2d12s.
Okay, so I'm
You're hoping
very
for your
glad I
die.
hadn't rolled that yet. Perfect.
Nice.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I rolled a 6 with hope.
6 with hope. Okay. So take a hope. Anyone that rolled higher on the hope die, take a hope.
Yep.
Regardless of
Ooh.
whether you failed or succeed. Did anyone succeed?
Mm-mm.
I only got a 10.
19.
Mace.
Damn.
Damn.
And the hope is the 10. So
Gang.
Recalling what you know of the blueprints and also the layout of the room and also what you know of the train. So you know that the train was created by a series of investors, the biggest of which was done by Herbert Thatcher. Herbert Thatcher is also the captain of the train, the conductor, so to speak. This room would have had to been added after the train was already active, which means that because he is a lead investor, it was likely done by him. So the ones that would know the most about it would be people that are related to him or work with him. Of which you can, by sight, see at least 5 people that you know have worked with Herbert Thatcher. One of whom is his daughter in the room right now.
I think I'm gonna go for the girl, like the girly pop approach. I think I'm gonna try and befriend the daughter.
So, what is your approach, Izzy? Is it to gain knowledge, an ally, or an item?
Ooh,
Is-
definitely knowledge.
I see. Because I'll be honest, I didn't really look at the blueprints. I figured one of you would.
I did.
Yeah, captains
Yeah, I did
don't
it
look
because
at
I
blueprints.
wanted to be helpful.
We just don't.
Yeah,
No.
I wanted to be helpful. So like, I want to take that on for you guys because I respect you so much. You have so many other things to think
So
about.
many other things to think about. Like, for example, how to get into said rooms, because I'm sure that they are locked. I'm sure some of these people have keys. Just
Yeah.
a thought.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
Next to
Okay, I see what
doors.
you're saying. Okay. So what I think I might do is I'm gonna just go over there. I'm gonna try and like meet her on like a lady to lady level. But like if I spot anything that looks like keys, I will do like I have a little quick hands situation. So I think I can just do a little 1-2 situation. Yeah.
Good.
Mace, in addition to the knowledge that you already have from that role, you also know that the area that this was added on, no additional cars have been added since the blueprint. So whatever this room is, it is definitely a dimensional break, and it would sit on top of where the servants' quarters are.
Nope. I don't know if you all know this, but this is not added. There's only one car added to the train. And this must be some sort of dimensional rift. It's not here, but it's like, I don't know if it's above, but it's visually, dimensionally above the servants' quarters. So we're probably going to see someone that works here. If we look hard enough. I don't know. Maybe.
Okay, that's good. I can probably go in there. I don't really fit in with kind of this group. Maybe the clientele, but maybe I can kind of I could probably be like a busboy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna maybe. Is there any entrances where like servants are coming in and out of to like serve?
Absolutely. So you look around the ballroom, and you notice that on the right-hand side, there are servants coming through, most of whom are clanks, automata. They have matching metal faces with large iron mouths that sort of pump steam out. You assume that might be the way to the kitchens.
Okay. I'm gonna try and head through that door and hope that at some point there are flesh people.
Okay, so we will come back to you. What does everyone else want to do? Izzy, you want to speak to Herbert Thatcher's daughter, Molly, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Mace, Dick, and Ink on skin. What do you want to do?
Mace, did you mention the 5 different people?
I did not. I thought we all knew about the 5 different people.
I think that was just you.
Ooh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was just you. You're the only one that's
Sorry.
saved the role.
It's
So.
okay.
So before, like, trying to, like, reaching out to grab Finch before they go, wait, before you go, there's at least 5 people here in this room that helps, that know what we need to know. The daughter over there. Do I know the other 4 people?
So you do.
And I have a. I'm sorry.
They don't know you, but you know them by reputation. There's Thomas Howell, who is a demon. He is basically Thatcher's secretary, right-hand man, always doing work for him, including some things that are less on the up and up. After all, no
Do
one.
you mean a literal demon or?
The
Demon.
class.
So yes, one of the races, basically
Also
the
demon.
tiefling equivalent in this universe. So Daemon, demon. He has purple skin, jet black hair, spectacles. There is Margaret Gaines, who is standing next to basically the person who is Herbert's bookkeeper. What's her name? Gloria. 2 women. Both of them are human. Gloria handles the books. Margaret is known to be Herbert's mistress. Then there's a daughter. We'll get to that with Izzy. And then the last person that you know that knows them is actually your employer, William Pibb, who is there and available should you wish to talk through the communicator or to him in person. You can ask him any questions about anyone in this room or about the train itself.
Hey, Mace,
So we
yeah,
got Thomas Howell, Margaret Gaines, the mistress, Gloria handles the books, William Pibb, and the daughter. And then who else?
The secretary, the first one I mentioned, Thomas.
Okay. Thomas Howell's the secretary. Margaret Gaines is the mistress. Gloria handles the books. William Pibb is our boss.
Yep.
His daughter, and then that was the 5.
Daughter Molly,
I
yes.
want to make sure. I was like, trying to take
Yeah, it's
notes
a lot
so
to
that I
keep
remember
track
this
of.
on top of my head. I was like, all right, I want to remember
Pop
this.
quiz.
Curiously, you do not see Thatcher himself in the room.
Fair enough.
All right,
Hey,
so
miss, if you want to maybe I don't know the secretary. I always think people overlook the right hand, like the under people, you know, and they sometimes they know the most about stuff and things.
I agree with you there. He's also we've got a bit in common. I might be able to get a little bit out of Thomas
Yeah,
over
do you
there.
wanna lead? Because like speaking to people skills is not I'm not
No
as
worries, mate.
good.
I
Thank you,
wasn't going to
appreciate
ask you to do that.
Thank you.
You're fine.
Yes, thank you.
You're quite welcome. Also, what are you doing with your hands right now?
He's just holding on to his. Is this not?
No,
I've seen
Don't do
people
that,
holding on to like their suspenders.
Don't do that,
but
mate.
this not.
Not
No.
a fair.
Okay.
No, it's more of like a casual, sort of relaxed sort of thing.
Hands in my
You're
pocket,
holding it a
maybe.
little too tight like this. It's like you're choking yourself, mate. Like
It was
a little
very
cool.
uncomfortable. I don't.
We need a space work class. Maybe like a
Yeah.
sense of, like an inner, just kind of like kinesthetics awareness type thing.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I've never been aware of any kind of or anything. So
That's
really, that would be helpful.
Yeah.
For now, just pockets. I guess safe bet.
Yeah, that looks great.
Pockets.
You're doing great.
Yes. Very
I've got
natural.
something for you as well. And he just like Mace just reaches out and grabs one of the drinks from one of the waitresses that walks past and just hold this in one of your hands.
This is good. Object work, yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
that way you have something to do with that hand.
A
So
bit of this.
Ah.
it looks natural.
Yeah.
And it's not
Yes.
like you're forcing yourself to do something. So
Yes.
sip
I
that
have never
every now and
drunk
then.
before.
Now's
No,
definitely
don't-
the
don't
time
sip
to
that.
start.
No.
Absolutely. Take a sip.
Okay, I mean, just take a little. I mean, it's a little sip.
We don't know how strong that is, mate. So maybe not.
Finch,
Nah, boy.
you take a sip of this drink, and a flavor you've never experienced ever bursts on your tongue. To put it into words, almost like you tipped liquid gold and mango into your mouth.
Wow.
I think I like drinking. I think I like drinking a lot, actually. This is great.
One
Why
sip
don't
is
people
fine.
do this all the time?
One sip is fine. It's
Yeah, one sip.
and he just reaches and like he jogs out to gather another one. It's like if you acted like that because of it, and he takes a sip. Does Mace experience the same thing?
No. To you, it tastes like grapes plucked fresh from the vine and sunlight burst just behind your eyes. With every sip.
Mate, does yours taste like the most beautiful summer day? That's what this tastes like.
Yeah, kind of like being relaxed, even though I'm so terrified right now.
That's just describing your natural state, mate.
Yeah,
Also
that's true.
feels
So it
good.
tastes like your state.
Yeah, but a little bit of relaxation. You
Yeah.
know?
But is it also petrified?
No, that's
you
just
feel a
me.
little
That's just me
you feel a
base.
more
That the drink isn't doing that. That's just
That's the starter.
that's where
Now,
we're at.
I'm just curious if it tasted like petrification a bit.
No, not this good on top of petrification, which we were dealing with previous.
I've got an idea.
prior to.
Let's swap this and see if it tastes.
Yeah.
indifferent.
Take a sip.
We both take a sip.
They taste the same.
Yeah, no, same. Yeah.
Interesting.
One, I'm just so curious. I'm just so. What is this? Can I borrow a little?
It's
pinch?
magical.
Yeah.
Here, take it.
A little sip.
To you, Izzy, it tastes like an ocean breeze mixed with the sweetest chocolate you've ever had.
Okay.
Thick and syrupy.
Girl.
Ooh, this is nice. Yeah. No notes.
I'm going to go and
Yeah.
grab 2 different cups, one for me and one for Ink, and I'm going to hand him his take a sip of mine.
Dick.
We're all just making the DM.
Yours tastes like dick. I'm kidding. It does not taste like dick.
Yes, that's exactly what I wanted.
It's you. Let's go.
Dick, yours tastes like fire and cinnamon mixed with the sweetness of sugar and almost like this honey cake sort of note to it.
This is delicious. Why haven't we been drinking these like every day? We've been here for 3 days. Why is this the first time? What's wrong with us?
Yeah, is all alcohol like this?
No.
We're
No.
done.
No, not so, Mike. Not so.
Oh.
Ink on skin, do you drink?
He answering Dick's question. Well, we were trying to take our work seriously for once. I suppose here we are on day one, ruining that. With a wink, he'll take it.
It is like seeing the dawn for the first time, with a smoky undernote of coffee and cream.
Oh shit!
Would everyone please
Oh,
Oh boy.
There we
Oh,
go.
here it comes.
me
Here's the
a
other half.
finesse roll?
Easy
Yeah.
game. I'm with the
Let's
finesse.
go.
Finesse.
The DC for
Oh.
this is 10.
Do I have
Cool.
advantage on finesse? I feel like I thought I had advantage.
I fail with fear.
That
I
does not surprise me.
That's actually perfect, if I may say it.
No. Izzy, what was that?
10 with fear.
10 with fear? Okay.
also a 10 with
Where's
fear.
10 with fear.
12 with fear.
12 with fear? Okay.
I had a 12. Higher die is the hope.
Okay, good.
Yes, of course.
We'll start with Mace. Mace,
Cool.
shocking no one. Nothing happens. You don't even feel tipsy. Just the flavor is just it comes with a sensation of comfort, like a deep-seated comfort that you haven't felt in quite some time, that warms your belly. Now
It's
we'll go to
most
the
relaxing
opposite
drink I've
side.
ever had.
Ooh.
Finch, you've never had any type of liquor before. And while the flavor is wonderful, the compulsion it comes with is not. You down the rest of your drink,
That's not
You
what we
are-
meant.
filled with an urge to imbibe another as
Oh,
many times as you
boy.
I
can.
could do another. I think this went down
Yeah.
great.
Mark a stress. One stress.
oh, here we go. It begins.
And
Feel
you
like one's
now
enough for you,
are
mate.
going to roll your next 3 finesse rolls with disadvantage.
Holy smokes, that's so funny.
Oh,
As you
I'm sorry.
experience drunkenness for the first time
Oh,
in your 20
I
something
remember
years of
those.
Oh,
I remember those
Remember my
days.
first
Ooh,
beer.
buddy.
Happy
Yes.
birthday.
I'm feeling very confident about this all of a sudden, actually. I'm feeling we
starts
can
holding
do this.
himself better.
Yeah, yeah,
No
right.
problem.
Like shoulders back, like
Ooh.
great posture.
Yeah, no,
You
I
know
think I'm gonna
what?
take lead on talking to Hal. You know.
You know what though? I will also say for the next 3 presence rolls you have advantage.
That's amazing.
Buttery smooth,
Oh, that's awesome.
as it should be.
Izzy, Dick, and Ink on Skin. You are fine.
I don't like how she said that.
I will be taking
Not at
3
all.
fear.
I'm...
Yep.
Oh,
You're
Of course she
fine.
will. It's
For
fine. It's
now.
fine. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Whatever. Ink will look at Dick. You know, if we're successful, there's no more arguing about captainship. We'll have to argue about what sounds more powerful, admiral or commandant.
Dick will cross their arms and say, I like the way you think, friend. It's up here. We're thinking down here, but we could be up here.
Right. Multiple ships. Several vice captains. Hell, we could do so much.
Oh, fuck. We gotta make this work.
Given that, and he's I forgot who marked who, but he's looking over at the secretary. What do you think about maybe we see what's in those pockets? Certainly, it's something we could grab that would make things easier, mid or long term.
You see Finch already walking towards the secretary.
Oh, there he
wait,
goes.
mate.
I-
There he
I-
goes. What?
Maybe
There-
Oh.
Finch will
Hey.
keep him distracted, and we can Get our little sticky hands in there where it counts.
And he
Mace
gives you
can
a
hear them, right?
Yeah, we have the.
totally, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. It was like, how about we not throw people just yet? Let's find out what they know.
Says the bloke that likes to explode things.
Yeah.
Finch,
We can
to
stick
you
C4
go.
in his pocket later.
Yeah, I mean,
For now, let's not
the
take
Finch
things out.
equivalent of swaggering towards.
Shoulder lead, shoulder lead.
It's too much
You
lateral movement.
sway your way up to Thomas, this tall, very self-contained demon with purple skin, dark eyes, like a swoop, like a 1940s swoop of dark hair,
Oh,
holding
no, they're
one of the
hot.
same beverages that y'all had in his hand. Please roll. I'm gonna allow you to use your advantage here. Please
Hell yeah.
roll. I will. You know what? I will let you take your pick. Are you going to try and charm this person, deceive them into thinking that you're competent, or what are you going? What are you trying to do as you approach
What a
this
sentence.
person?
I think previous he was going into with the intent to deceive. Now he's just trying to charm. He's just
Okay.
Look at that growth.
look at that growth.
Growth, indeed.
I have a +0.
Let's go.
That was a 13 total.
Nice.
With hope.
Nice.
Take a
Nice.
You sway up. But it's with something you may have never felt before. Swagger. Confidence. It's amazing what a little liquid courage can do for a gangly 20-something who doesn't know what to do with his hands. You walk up to this man, and even though you're wearing a suit that's like 2 sizes too big for you, he takes you in, and there's a certain note of, who could this be? This might be someone I want to talk to. And he says, hello. Can I
Hey there.
help you with something?
Yeah, hey there, cowboy. How we doing
Cowboy.
today?
I've never
You,
in my life been called a cowboy.
I was more your essence, your aura. You got a bit of
What is your name?
My name is Finch. I'm happy to make your acquaintance. Do you come here often? Oh, that
Often
wasn't a
enough.
pickup line. Sorry, that wasn't meant as a. Sorry.
I mean, it could be if you wanted it to be.
Everything goes red from like all like. He's sweatiest hands you've ever seen. The glass just slides out onto the table. Thank you. I mean, it could be. Yeah, I guess that could happen. We're in a train that's flying through the sky. So anything.
It is a bit of marvelous engineering, isn't it?
Yes. And how does it do the flying? Things mostly stay on the ground, but this one in the air. Isn't that?
Elven and dwarven know-how.
You wouldn't happen to, is there somewhere that's a bunch of people just flapping really hard?
So
yeah,
you're
that was
funny.
I try really hard actually.
Seems as if you're succeeding.
Oh, thank you. But I don't want to get you. Do you know where the flying happens?
There are engines down beneath each car that sort of keep it afloat. Powered by magic, not exactly my purview.
I'm a bit of a hobbyist, I guess, in magic. Like part time,
Well, you seem to be working your magic on me.
Oh, guys, stop! I'm gonna just radiating. I mean, I wouldn't want to get you into any trouble. But
Do you want to
If-
see the engines?
Oh,
Below the
go on.
flames?
Pull my leg. I mean, if it again, I don't want to get you into trouble. I'm sure you seem like a busy person. I didn't even ask your name. I'm so sorry.
Thomas.
Thomas. That's a
Oh.
great name.
Roll another charm.
This one probably.
Also,
not
what are your
going to go.
experiences? Name your experiences.
My experiences.
About to have another experience in a minute.
Yeah,
About to, yeah.
a formative one.
Right.
Where are they?
So on your character sheet, if you have a digital one, on
Yeah, yeah.
Dungeon, they should be
Details?
at the top on the right side.
Under your hope counter.
Hope counter. There we go. So my experiences are Wing It with a +2. I've got Bleeding Heart at a +1, and I've got
That's
Flim
adorable.
Flams as a +1 as well.
That's adorable.
Considering
you said
you're
flim flam?
trying to convince this man to take you to the place that causes this to fly, I'm willing to let you add that experience to this.
Lovely, lovely. Okay.
So remember, you
that's a-
have advantage, which is an extra d6 because we're still playing with the rules that were accurate an hour ago.
Look at that! Look at that! Look at that! You tell him! You tell him!
Hey, this is going
Now it's a
exceedingly
D12.
well. That is a 19
Jesus Christ!
with
Oh,
hope.
A few things happen. One,
Finch turned into Drake.
Yeah.
maybe for the first time in recent memory,
God
you
bless.
fully meet this man's eyes. And for a moment, there's some trepidation there. You get the sense that he's probably not supposed to take people down below. But then there's interest. And a little bit of naughtiness there. And a whole lot of desire.
Woo.
Promise you his everything. You all he's ever wanted. You can do it real big.
Finch's
If-
actual knees are knocking together.
If you can keep it quiet, perhaps we can arrange something.
Of course. I'm your guy.
Ink
Meet
is
me-
quietly making his way forward towards them.
Are you gonna try and steal?
100%.
I'm not
One-
in
well,
the
we will get to
stealing
that.
anymore because I'm just listening and I'm like, hell yeah, that's my boy. Woo!
He leans in, and his breath skirts your ear. Meet me in the kitchens in an hour.
Aye,
And
aye.
pulls back.
That's what they say on ships. They say aye, aye. That's why I
I
said it.
do indeed.
Okay.
Aye, aye. And he looks you up and down. I am gonna say, ink on skin,
Hi.
you are a pirate captain.
Absolutely.
You are skilled. You are deft.
Yep.
This man is fully distracted.
100%.
Where on his body are you trying to aim your hands at? Because I might not have you roll. Just
Yeah.
saying.
Um,
Like,
essentially, like, what is he wearing? Like an outer coat, like a suit,
so
or
he's basically dressed like a 1940s banker, but without an overcoat. So like a vest, white
Yep.
shirt,
Yep.
dress pants,
Yep.
pocket watch type of deal.
got it. I'm going in the pants pockets.
Okay.
And like the move is essentially like they're gonna turn away. The move is sort of like I'm like spinning around almost with him behind him, reaching in and spinning out, and I'm gone.
You succeed. You don't need to roll anything for this. This man is thoroughly distracted and is not necessarily the most self-aware person on the planet. You reach your hand in, deftly twist and walk away, and as you're walking away, you feel the heft of iron in your palm. And you look down, and there is a simple iron rod key in your fingertips. It does not say where it goes,
Right.
but it is there.
He just says, you all hear in your ears, jackpot.
Now, so
He says it at the same time that Finch says it.
Jackpot!
Jackpot.
Jackpot!
Yes.
Izzy, Mace, and Dick. Dick, I know you were observing, but what did you three want to do? in this?
Mace was just enthralled with that entire situation. He was gonna get up and then go play wingman to Finch, like when Finch walked off, and he just like kind of just watched and just like sat at the bar and just continued to sip his drink because it didn't affect him any. So
Yeah,
in the meantime, he just kind of reached and grabbed another.
I was planning to ask Ink on Skin if he wanted to play pretend husbands, pretend rich husbands, but this has been nice. I'm just going to sit with Mace at the bar and watch things unfold further.
If you ask, he will still say yes as a backup plan. So yeah.
Izzy, did you still want to talk to? It was Molly that you were going for, right?
Yes. Yeah, I definitely still want to do that.
Cool. Molly Thatcher is standing in a crowd of 4 or 5 people that are standing while she is sitting. She's in this carved chair that's sort of like made to look like it's a moving wave of an ocean. She is very petite. She has curly blonde hair, green eyes. She is elven, very clearly elven. She's wearing a green sort of like flapper dress, heavy with beading. And if you look closely, you can tell that some of the beads are actually emeralds that are inlaid. Do me a favor and roll a knowledge roll.
You got it.
For me.
Let's see here. That is a 14 with hope.
Cool. You succeed, you gain a hope. Molly Thatcher is a known quantity, even perhaps more than her father. She is an heiress, but she's more well known as an adventurer. She has done a number of exploits, liberated a number of different places, some of which has put her at odds with her money-grubbing father. It is actually a little odd that she is on this ship, because you know, tabloids and other things have told you, they do not get along.
Ooh.
In the slightest.
Ooh, I love that. Okay. I have in my background, I've got privilege, so I have advantage on rolls to consort with nobles, negotiate prices, or leverage reputation.
Nice.
Absolutely. Okay. So she is in a crowd of people. She looks bored out of her mind. Every time some neighbor speaks, she rolls her eyes. She looks very just out of her element or out of her desire to be in the element. She is holding a glass of that same drink that you had all imbibed, and she is not even taking sips. She is just taking gulps out of it. She looks miserable.
I'm gonna playfully stumble over to the group and kind of knock into the bumbling man.
I say.
Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I just, sorry. I got 2 left feet, they say. You know how they say that.
What do they say? How dare you interrupt my conversation?
I'm so sorry to interrupt. I'm so sorry. Oh my goodness, are you Molly Thatcher?
I am Molly Thatcher. What's up?
Oh my
Who
goodness.
are you? You're very pretty.
Oh goodness, Regina Thorne. Pleasure to meet you.
Regina.
Yes, Regina Thorne. So nice to make your acquaintance. I'm so sorry. I didn't want to.
It looks like you soaked old Bill's pants.
Oh, good.
Although, if you didn't hear it from me, but I'm pretty sure he does that often on his own.
What I say? How dare you?
You are so funny. You are so funny. I'm sure you get that all the time, but I just had to tell you.
Oh my god, you're like the first interesting person that's walked up. All of you can go. All of you can leave. Go.
Well, I've been offended.
I don't care. Send the bill to my father. Go get dry cleaning or something. Go away. I'm talking to this one. Okay, so... Who are you? What do you do?
Okay, so I was doing a little bit of the musician thing, but actually I want to get into playwriting, and I just have to say your exploits, your adventures. I just think there is a play here, and you just haven't found it yet, but I would love to just you just get all the stories, write them down, make sure your stories are heard by all the people who needs to hear them. Also, what does yours taste like? Mine tastes like the ocean.
Mine is just like honeysuckle and like just the warmest, the best kind of nutmeg you could ever get.
That sounds amazing. Ugh.
But you know those stories are really, really overblown. Once the tabloids start talking about it, it's never actually the truth. Like, I didn't actually save 42 little children from that burning orphanage. I only saved like 5. The rest were actually dead.
Oh my god. But honestly, like,
yeah, it's very sad, but no one likes to hear about it. So they doctor it up like I saved all of them, even though there are dead orphan children. Like, it's very terrible.
the journalism industry, that's why I appreciate
There's no honesty anymore. It reminds me of my father.
Yes. Now that.
Yeah, do you see this entire tribute to his wealth and money?
It is something. All right. It is just.
He never talks about the other investors as if he could afford this by himself. Like, he's made of money, but he's not, like, made of money, literally. Ugh. Although he's got nothing on that asshole Pip. He's, like, the worst.
Oh, my God, Pip. I've heard of this man. What is his story? What is his deal?
His deal is that he's a fucking creep, is what he is. He's over. You see him over there drinking. He's glaring at us right now. I do not like that man.
Wait, Pip is here?
Yeah, I know, it's weird. He hasn't ever come on, but now all of a sudden he's like, I'm here, and of course it's the time that I'm here. God.
Do you guys hear that? Can you guys? You guys.
If you, there's a setting that you can relay all the what you're hearing through that.
Yeah.
Nice.
That is so crazy. Because I heard he's just so slimy. Like, I just thought he was hanging out under a rock. So weird that he's here.
Between him and that creepy little fucking butler of his,
yeah.
you can never remember his face. He's got all sorts of distraction magic. He's not up to anything good. Half of the things that I've done stink. Like, half of the things that I've had to save or find reek of that man. I shouldn't even be talking about this, but I don't even care right now.
Oh my God, no, I appreciate you so much. This is just like, I'm just so happy I got to run into you, because just like there's not a lot of people like us on this train, like quality, sort of like interesting people.
Yeah, if you're like an actress, how'd you manage to get on here? It's like so expensive to get on here.
Oh, it was something where I'm in between sugar daddies at the moment. So
it's like an investment.
Yeah. It was very that. So the last one got me on this train, and I am in the market for it.
Just don't go for Pip or my father.
Oh.
Unless you can arrange his death, but that's very difficult. He has a lot of people working for him that make it so you can't die. Believe me, I know.
I mean, if you needed that, I just need an introduction.
To my father?
If you was, I like you and I respect you, and if I could do anything to make your day better.
You've already made my day better. You're the first person on this ship that's talked to me that hasn't been all about money. Or about the awful poor. If I hear some other rich fuck call them the poors again today, I'm going to throw myself off this fucking train.
Don't do that. That would be a waste of your talent and energy and personality.
Tell you what, I like you.
Thank you.
I like you so much. I'm not going to introduce you to my father. You can do better. There's so many other rich fucks here that have less power and are less corrupt.
That makes sense. That's true. Who do you think I should maybe go for instead? Because if you need entertainment for the evening, I could be that entertainment. I'll go talk to any of these goofballs for you. Make them look silly, that kind of thing.
There is Christopher.
Christopher, okay.
He's like my dad's second in command besides the, Secretary Thomas. He handles a lot of the more esoteric business deals.
Okay. I like it.
And he does seem to have a foot in the grave. Every other word of his mouth is a cough. So, like, I'd love for that money to go to someone deserving. I mean, he's married, but you can take care of that, I assume.
Oh, marriage. That's precious paper.
Yeah, I don't know where he is. He's not in the ballroom. He might be in the library.
Oh, I love a library. Okay, I'll go. This has been just.
It's been so nice to meet you. Oh my god, don't be a stranger.
Wow, I promise. Big fan. I am so inspired right now. I'm gonna be at my typewriter all night.
1 second, I have to make a roll.
No problem.
Oh, roll. Let's go.
Okay. Okay.
Love
You
that.
notice nothing.
Always a terrifying thing for a GM to do. Okay.
Always.
If I may, just for one moment.
No, sir, I don't like it.
Just saying.
Accurate.
Well said.
All right.
And
Mace. Sorry, go ahead.
oh yeah, while that conversation was wrapping up, Mace made the decision to probably in a horrible idea go
love
speak
that.
with Margaret.
Margaret and Gloria are together.
Okay, yeah.
Standing together. So they are standing at a table, like off center from the room. They're talking to each other. Margaret has short, curly black hair that sort of like ends by her chin. She's very, if Betty Boop were an orc, like that's what she
That's
is. That's what she's giving. And then Gloria is very much the opposite. Gloria is human, but she is, I believe I said they were both human earlier. That was wrong. That was wrong. Gloria is human, but she is very rectangular, very stocky, and very tall, broad shoulder, dark hair, dark skin, very thin mouth. They look like they're having an argument, actually. And Gloria looks particularly peeved, and as you walk up, she stomps away.
Taking a moment to figure out who to talk to, because that seems super interesting. You said Gloria was peeved,
Gloria's peeved, and Gloria stomps away.
and then so I'm guessing she walks past me. So I'm gonna walk up to Margaret, and I've had a lot of amazing things happening. Watching like a love connection possibly happening. Two girlfriends that just met that just became besties. We're not looking for the specifics on why this was the only extra room. What is the thing we're trying to ascertain again? Because I got lost in the sauce. I've been watching like everybody else.
Here's what you know. To recap, you know that the statue you're looking for is in one of the vaults.
Yep.
You know that the ballroom was added after the train was already functional. So it's a much later addition, and it didn't come with an extra train car. So it's definitely dimensionally added. And you know that is sitting on top of what would be the servants' quarters, so to speak. I mean, timey-wimey bullshit, but like would be above the servants' quarters. Right. You know from Finch's conversation that there is something in the kitchens that leads to the engine room, and that the kitchens are adjacent to this ballroom.
Mm-hmm.
You also know that those are the things that you'd have ascertained. You also have the blueprints that you can reference, and you can ask Pip questions because he also has a communicator. That's why there were 6, not just 5.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the things that you know as of now. You also know that there is a rich man named Christopher who is basically the right hand of Herbert Thatcher, who is basically the lead investor and de facto owner of the Estelle. And you know that his daughter is here, and she doesn't, well, Herbert's daughter is here and she doesn't like her father. Those are the facts as you know them right now.
I just meant in my typing, I just wanted to make sure to add that he coughs a lot because I remember the
Right, he does cough a lot. Every other word is a cough.
Yeah. And I think I may have explained it earlier wrong. I think I explained to everybody that this car was on top of the servants' quarters, but it's the ballroom that is on top of the servants' quarters.
Yes.
Cool.
Yep.
Yes, the servants' quarters were their own separate car. This has been added on top of it in a sort of like stolen dimension, pocket dimension type of deal.
So the ballroom was that was added. And not
This
the room that
ballroom.
we're
There
in.
are other ballrooms.
Oh, so we're in the
main
ballroom.
one. Yes, you are in the ballroom.
Okay,
Yep.
cool. I was like, In my brain, I was like, we're in
Secret
a bar,
ballroom.
right? Like,
Secret ballroom.
secret ballroom. All right. So I'm gonna walk up to Margaret and let's got her in a tip then now.
You know, it's always something new with Gloria. Who are you?
Hi, my name is Mace. What's yours?
I am Margaret.
Well, it's an absolute pleasure to meet you, Margaret. And he reaches out his hand to grab hers.
She doesn't take it.
Oh.
She looks at you as if you are the bug that crawled into her soup. I'm sorry, I'm not in the habit of speaking to people beneath me. When I asked who you are, I didn't mean just a name. What do you do? Do you matter? More specifically, do you matter to me?
Well, no one matters to anyone. Ever. It's just preference. But
I can
if you
agree
ask
with
what I
that.
do-
And she turns her back to you.
Oh.
Oof.
all right, bet. Have a great evening, then, love. And he just reaches and grabs
Swing
another
and a
drink
miss.
from another waitress and he's like,
You'll
"Good day,
hear
no?" And just has a sip.
Do you go after the one that left? Or no?
Yes.
Ooh.
So it has not been long since you walked away, so you do manage to catch sight of her.
Mhm.
She is actually walking out of the ballroom, not towards the kitchens, but towards another area of the train. You know that that area, that particular entrance, leads to the library.
Fancy a read at this hour.
Apparently she does.
I tried to catch her and
Oh,
say that out loud to her.
Are you asking? So she,
I was
you
reaching out
catch
to
her
ask to her.
as she's
Oh, as she goes
entering
in.
the
Ah,
room.
cool.
Yeah. So
So
do
I'm
you
gonna
follow?
follow her
Do you
into the
follow
room,
there?
then.
Okay, cool. So you enter the library, or at least the foyer of the library. As you leave the ballroom, this wash of energy falls over you. It's almost like very briefly stepping into a warm bath and then stepping out of it. And you know that that's probably the feel of leaving the pocket dimension. All of a sudden, things feel a lot more solid and heavy, like the air has a weight to it. And you know that you are physically actually on the train once again. The entrance to the library is this tall sort of like the dimensions are warped. The outside is definitely smaller than the inside, but this is a physical part of the ship. You see tall spires of books, about 2 or 3 stories high, bookshelves made of warm wood, and then floating on top of them are workers, clanks, elves, dwarves, demons, that are standing on these floating clouds, almost something that you would see in Dragon Ball, as they rise up and down the stacks, arranging moving books and other things. Gloria has stopped dead center in the entranceway, and as you approach, she turns to face you. There's a reason you're following me.
I just figured something would be interesting out this way. You
Yeah, a
all
whole
right?
lot of books. That's what's here.
What's wrong with books?
Nothing if you're fucking Margaret.
I
Who
saw
are you?
That. My name's Mace. What's yours?
Gloria.
Pleasure. So
Likewise.
you're not in a good mood. You
No,
mate, Margaret's
I'm
not
not.
in a good mood.
No.
Too many drinks?
See, I'm not in a good mood. That's Margaret's default.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you friends then?
No. Co-workers.
That makes sense.
mostly.
So let's go her in a tiff like that. In a nice little ballroom like that.
Oh, you know, Margaret doesn't approve of how I conduct business, or how I keep the books, or a number of other fucking things I can't that are just intolerable to her. But that's neither here nor there. Why are you in search of me?
I just want to say, what was it? What else was there? Only we've been on this trip this whole time. Seen the ballroom, seen the bedrooms.
There's like
It's
5
nice,
of them.
but
That's just the main one.
I haven't seen many of them. But once you've seen a ballroom, you've seen all the ballrooms essentially, no matter where you go.
I mean, that one looks like a cavern. There's another one that looks like the inside of a volcano.
Wait,
So
that's interesting.
I don't really think they look the same.
True. Different ballrooms then.
You're
But
definitely
same
someone who
concept.
just got on 3 days ago, aren't you?
Definitely.
Definitely.
What have I
Forgive
missed?
me for saying this. You don't strike me as, how do I put this? Rich.
Is that a bad thing then?
No.
'Cause I-
Most of the people on this trip are completely and utterly intolerable. They're
that
the
happens
worst
on
kind
occasion.
of people. They have money, and they lord it over others.
I'm not one that enjoy being lorded over. So I typically don't rub elbows a lot, but when you get into a ballroom and it has drinks that taste like your favorite things, you gotta stick around for a
Oh,
little
you've
bit.
had the Chantal, huh?
Is that what it's called?
That's what it's called, yeah. It's named after the creator.
So is it just like giving you your favorite things in a drink?
It tastes of memory. That's why it
Interesting.
tastes different to everyone.
I sorted that part out. Just it was intriguing. Because it tasted to me like grapes and a lovely morning.
Hmm.
And that just felt fantastic.
You know what it tastes like to me?
What?
Cheap whiskey.
Most whiskey's cheap. Any whiskey is cheap depending on where you get it, but it's
Don't
always
tell that
nice
to some of the
regardless.
people here.
Some
but you're
people
right.
here couldn't appreciate a good glass of whiskey if it was poured all over them in the middle of a bath.
Now
By
that's a good time.
true, but they still wouldn't know them different.
Hmm.
They don't understand that it's not about the price of the whiskey; it's about the love that gets into making it. So, give me the cheapest whiskey that ever existed, and again, I guarantee you it's gonna be delightful. At least to me. I'm a simple mate, simple bloke.
How did someone like you get on this shit?
I'm sneaky.
I should report you.
I have a ticket. It's not like I snuck on. I'm meant to be here. Just I don't look down on people because they don't
I
have
didn't say I
as
was
much
going
money.
to report you. I just said I should.
Oh no. I'm just sprinkling that in there, just in case. You may not want to report me now. You may change your mind later. That's all.
We'll
So-
see then.
What had you leaving the ballroom to come in here with the books?
I'm a bookkeeper.
Oh yeah, but you're a librarian, or you keep the books?
I keep the books.
Oh.
But I find comfort in pages in paper where humans often irritate me.
That's fair.
Books don't change unless you change what's written in them.
And there's
It's a
nothing
lot
better
harder to
than
predict.
breaking open a fresh book right out of the package. Just I love it.
The package?
You've never had a book in a package. They wrap it in a nice linen, put a nice bow on it, send it to you in a package.
Linoleum.
Sure. Sure.
How do you get your books?
A number of different ways. But if you're talking about the ones that keep records, I get those from my boss.
Well, those are workbooks. Those are boring ones. I'm talking about the stories. The things that keep your mind busy in the middle of the night. What about those books? How do you get those?
Different stores, different shops. Sometimes
had-
from here, actually.
So you've never gotten a gift book?
No, I have. And the last one was actually given to me by Molly. Latter.
That had to be a nice book.
It was first edition. Wrapped in gold. She told me she got it from robbing someone, actually. Said they deserved it. I don't question it.
Molly Thatcher.
Hmm.
The daughter of robbing someone?
Let me put it this way. I've known Molly since we were both 16.
So about 2 years in. Nice.
She's a lot older than she looks. We've known each other for quite some time, and her idea of rebellion was to become an adventurer, liberate several city-states, save a bunch of orphans, and set fire to a bunch of capitalist pigs.
Sounds like a right lovely weekend.
She rules, essentially. She rules.
Sure.
She gave me that book when she came back, and I don't know why she came back. Oh, it's a nice book.
Sounds like it. I imagine it means a lot to you.
Books mean a lot to me. She knows that. It's not all she brought with her, though. She brought a lot of stuff, too. A bunch of artwork, some statue, a lot of things.
Why did you bring a statue on board a train?
Well, the last guy she robbed apparently was an art collector. But,
Really?
don't know who.
From books to statues, thievery. Surprising, but yeah. It's all in a nice
Like a
day's work.
lot of things that are criminal, sometimes thievery can be, good.
I spy a thief in you.
I am a bookkeeper, and I am the only bookkeeper. More than that, I will not say.
You don't need to. I'll see enough.
It was lovely meeting you. What was your name again?
Mace, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you as well. Now, if you'll excuse me, I tire of people.
When you pick your next book, make it a nice one. Not these books either. Just, if you're going to retire for the evening, pick something nice from in here, have a read. I think it'll make you feel right better.
I'll keep that in mind.
And with that, I bid you adieu. And he bows and he kind of walks back into the ballroom. And then right when he walks in, he just, you all heard that, right?
Yeah, mate.
Yeah.
Quite literally.
Emily has brought a statue on board the train. Fancy.
Well, I was just about to mention, perhaps we go narrow down some location with a little bit of lock picking, perhaps a key that I may or may not have.
You dog.
Maybe a
see.
small explosion. A little
Maybe
explosion.
not yet.
Well, I was gonna say, I don't have a lot of experience in dates, but I think I have a date
Yeah.
in about an hour.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Sure do.
So what do you do when you have a date with someone who you originally talked to them to get information but maybe there's also some feelings there? We don't have to talk about that right now.
Finch,
Sorry.
my friend.
Go on the
Okay.
date, though.
Go
We're
on the
all
date.
listening, so
Okay.
we can help you because we'll also be able to hear him. It'll be perfect.
Yes.
This is great. Oh, I'm so excited for you, friend.
maybe we're gonna go down to the engine rooms, but maybe we'll pass a lot of other rooms, and if you wanna do your stealthy sneaking business, maybe that's a plan, and maybe it'll go well on the date as well.
Absolutely. Finch, if you ever need a moment, just take out your earpiece and put it in your pocket. You'll know when the time is right.
Isn't there like
Oh.
a tap on it where you can double tap it?
Yeah, you just tap in.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Yeah. No. I think another drink maybe would probably be.
Sure.
Maybe wait
But I
until
would-
right before
I
the
think. Mhm.
I'd have to assume, though, that the vaults are not near the engine room. Would you be able to confirm that, Izzy?
Well, based off of the blueprints, would I get a sense of that?
So, you know that the blueprints are not entirely accurate to what the train is now. What you can recall is that pointedly, the vaults were never on the blueprints.
Mm.
And Pitt did mention that you'd have to figure out where they are because they are so secretive. They're not on the blueprints, and Pip does not know where they are.
Well, Finch.
I have a hunch.
maybe.
However, you can, knowing from the blueprints, it's very likely that the areas that are marked on the blueprints, they wouldn't be there. So they either need to be below them, to the side of them. They have to
Yeah.
be somewhere.
The absence
Not
is
marked.
its own.
Absence is its
confirmation.
own telling.
Yeah.
Yeah, my guess is it's probably among the servants' quarters because everybody here is so rich and fancy. They would never assume to hide their most valuable possessions with the lower class people on the train. But that's just my guess. I don't know. I could be wrong.
That sounds awful.
It is. But have you seen these people?
I have. They're
It
all
does sound like
pleasant.
something they would do.
They call
You
them-
will also know that the servants' quarters, which are, you've been told, are underneath where the main ballroom is, those are marked on the blueprints. And they would be like, and you know that they can be accessed from the kitchens.
Could be worth a shot.
Well, it
You got an
seems
hour
like
to kill, Finch.
we're all going on a date then.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
And how will that date go? We will find out after this commercial break.
There you go. That's what it was. I was waiting for it.
Anything that was gonna happen.
So we will be back in 10 minutes. And after that 10 minutes, we'll do a quick recap of what's happened from the character's perspective. And then we'll continue on with our fun little game.
Ooh.
Yeah, let's go.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back. Thank you so much for joining us for part 2. After our break of our Daggerheart stream, this is my cat, Princess Hot Dog, and she just wanted to come and say hello to everyone. She also
Look at that little
wanted to
nuzzle.
let you know that we are raising funds for March of Dimes, which is an amazing organization. Their mission is to end preventable maternal death, preterm birth, as well as infant mortality. And if you go to the pinned chat in either our YouTube chat or even our Twitch, you'll find a Tiltify link that every dollar that you donate goes straight to March of Dimes. And there are some really cool ways that you can help influence our game that we're playing right now by donating to March of Dimes. For every $10 you donate, you can gift a reroll to any of our players. That goes the same for a $25 donation. You can give any of them an auto success. For a $50 donation, you can give a boon or a bane to the party. You get to decide, and then Steffi gets to decide how she's going to use that in our game. And for a $75 donation or more, you can name the next NPC. You could name the next NPC Princess Hot Dog. My cat could join the game.
Sure,
That would
why not?
actually be pretty
Sure.
dope. We've already met our match, our $100 match from Bogus Cheesecake, an Alaskan-based TTRPG company making unique content and systems. And for every $10 you donate, you do get entered into a drawing to win one of over 10 TTRPG-related prizes. So if you are able to, please donate. Again, the March of Dimes is an amazing organization doing really important work here in the United States. And with that being said, I'm going to hand things over to Jacob to get us started with our recap.
So, from Ink on Skin's perspective, there's a lot of minutia, things that were both very interesting and very not interesting. Lots of fighting and familial issues that would certainly bring up his own familial trauma that he suppressed, as you do, very unhealthily. That's exactly how that should happen.
Like you do.
Absolutely, like you do.
Mhm.
But what's important is we are here to get this very, very sentimental statue of our employer's ex-deceased wife, whatever. Important, not. What is important is this damn statue. Where is it? In some vault somewhere. It might be underneath, near the service quarters. It might be in the engine room. Who the hell knows? What's really important, though, is that Finch has a date, and we got to make sure that that comes to pass. We got to make sure that Mace does explode something, because we wouldn't want to take that away from him. I also have a key. We need to find out where that goes, where and what that goes to, and the rest of that stuff is really funny, but less important.
Yeah.
That's him.
Bravo. Bravo.
Yeah,
I think that
that
does
was
about do
pretty
it.
much it. Our boy Finch really sealed the deal. Very excited to be the voice in his ear when he goes on this date. It's gonna be great.
For sure.
Speaking of date, an hour has indeed passed.
Oh, we're going right to it. Okay.
With all the conversations and things happening,
Totally.
yes.
Valid.
yes.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Yeah.
So, Finch, you find yourself at the entrance of the kitchens. Servants are moving past you, some of with the clank and sort of puff of steam because they're mechanical. Others running around, making sure that they're not breaking down. There's a few mechanics and things. And you can see through the doorway, there are these massive ovens, just a row of 5 of them that are probably the size of a house, just filled with food, and they're actively producing steam and spreading to the air. It's very hot. You can feel it's at least 20 degrees hotter in front of you than it is behind you. It's almost like there's a heat wave coming at your face.
He walks in there. He's Finch is wearing the only thing that's added on is a neckerchief that Izzy has given him to zhuzh him up a little.
The neckerchief?
Yes, no, it's good. It feels comforting actually.
Good.
It also stops me from holding my lapel, which my collar, which is not a good look. I understand.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
Where are
I'm
the
gonna-
rest of you?
So, in between in between where Finch is heading, and the sort of the ballroom, is there anything of note that would sort of catch my eye?
So, you're in the ballroom and you're looking around. So, where are you standing? Where do you want
I'm
to be?
more specifically outside the difference between the kitchen and the ballroom. Is there anything of import from there?
Oh, going on between them? No.
Yeah.
You just see the
Okay.
servants.
Okay.
They're well, actually, roll analyze for me.
We have dice. What?
Yes, yes, we do. We do.
You know what? I'm really bad at these. So I'm gonna use my auto success.
Okay, great. Okay, so I'm gonna say that if you have an auto success and you use it, you still get a hope. Also,
Okay,
it would be
great.
a roll. Yeah,
Cool.
so you still get a hope. Okay, so you're looking around the ballroom, in between the ballroom and the kitchen. You're looking for anything of note, anything specific you want to keep an eye out for, or are you just doing in general?
Folks that are like guards, so I can sort of be able to see like, hey, if we're here in 10 minutes, like this guard is gonna walk by, that kind of stuff. Yeah, anything that would sort of be leaning towards figuring out a home for said key would be also of import as well.
So you do not see a place for a keyhole, but
Sure.
you do note that there are guards stationed at every entrance of the ballroom. There are 8 entrances leading
Holy
to
shit,
different
that's a
parts of
lot.
the train. There are a
Yeah.
lot of entrances, and not everything goes in the exact way you'd expect. However, since you are looking around the room, you do notice a few things missing. One, Molly is no longer in the room. Molly is gone. On top of that, so is Margaret.
Oh.
When they disappeared, you're not sure, but they are gone.
I will immediately share that with the crew.
Also, with an auto success, since you're sort of like, since it's an analysis roll, an analyze roll, I will say, so you have been on this train for 3 days.
Yep.
You've been staying in the guest quarters. You have not seen any keyholes that would mirror the material of that key,
Okay.
or would fit that size of keyhole.
Interesting.
So it must go to some place that you have either not been or have not looked.
That is good to confirm. Great. So I think my question for you all is, should I go exploring or should we stay with our boy Finch?
Well, I think we should probably give a wide berth, but maybe we explore. Well, he can report what he's seeing while he's going to the engine room, so maybe we go on a little explore.
I like this we thing. I like to be involved.
That about.
I want to be there.
Yeah.
Certainly.
But also, I want to be involved in
stars
that, Finch. You got it. You're gonna do great, mate.
Yeah, we're all here
That's-
for you.
I'll
Involved.
play. Go ahead.
No, that's literally what he does. He goes involved. That's it.
I'll play wingman to Finch. In the next room to the kitchen. That way,
That's
if something happens untoward in a way that
Certainly.
we wouldn't like, Finch has somebody nearby. Also, might give me an idea of if they decide to take things elsewhere.
Sure.
Keep an eye, see where they go, that sort of thing.
I like
So if
this.
something nice happens, and we know where to go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Got
it.
it.
Perfect.
Right. Good luck,
Okay.
everyone.
So for my purposes, Mace, you are going to tail Finch.
Yep. No closer than a room away. Like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. And the rest of you are going to go explore the rest of the ship.
Yep.
Okay. So, I will tell you, we will start the date, but before I do, I will tell you what rooms are adjacent to the ballroom.
Got it.
So, at the southernmost point is the entrance to the library that you've already been to. On the right-hand side, at the upper right quarter, there is the kitchens, which you know will also lead to the servants' quarters. Below that, on the same wall, there is another door that goes to the guest quarters, a very large archway that leads directly to them. On the other side, there are 3 connected ballrooms adjacent to this one. So that is like, there is one that looks like it's radiating heat, one that looks like it is cold, and another one that looks like it is damp.
Oh, the volcano.
Yeah. And then, okay, so there's 2 entrances here, 3, so that's 5. And then the other 2, lead to, I actually have this all written down. So, at the south, there are 3 entryways that lead to various dining halls.
Gotcha. Tell me you're a cruise ship without telling me you're a cruise ship.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
In the cruise train. That was it.
So, where would you like to go? Where would you like to aim your target?
Was one of those the caverns?
So you are in the ballroom that
Oh, right.
indicates
Okay,
the
cool.
cavern.
Got it. Okay, cool. Just because I think it would be, if I don't find anything, I will be less upset. I'm thinking volcano.
Yes.
So that's going to be Ink on Skin, Izzy, and Dick Dangers going to, God, I love saying that, to the volcano.
Right? Just a good through line, right?
And the other 2 to the kitchens. Let's start with the kitchens. So, Finch, you're standing at the entrance to the kitchens. You're looking in there. There is heat coming at your face. You can sort of feel the start of beads of sweat start to dot your brow. When you feel a hand on your shoulder.
Hi. Oh.
Hello.
Hi. Sorry.
Waiting for someone, I presume.
Yes. I was waiting for someone here. That we only met earlier, and I'm quite looking forward to our date. Yes.
Date, yes, that is a word for it.
Yes, that is
You
the word.
are
I wasn't
adorable
sure
when
if
you
it
turn
was.
pink.
That's my. It's my usual expression around you, particularly.
Then I suppose you're always adorable.
It's get at it. Thank you.
You wanted to see the engines.
Yes, I mean, I'd like a little. I do like to be a bit nosy. And if that gets you into any trouble, I'm happy to do whatever you'd prefer. But
It's only trouble if you get caught. And I'm not planning
Yes.
on getting caught.
no, yes, especially since we're here to rob the train. That's yes. Yes.
Oh, you
Um,
are funny, aren't you?
I try.
Are very
Somewhere
funny.
else, ink freezes.
Well, why don't I show you what you so desire, then?
Thank you very much.
He holds out a hand.
I take his arm in mine.
Bold. And he starts to lead you through the kitchens. So there are all kinds of mechanical sort of people working, huffing and puffing around, and then the people that are like supervising and overseeing. Like there's a few elves, a few dwarves, that are sort of like seeing to make sure the mechanics of everything is working, seeing that everything is sort of like going as it should. The entire kitchen is full of oppressive heat. Like you can feel sweat start to pool under your armpits and in your groin. Like it's very hot. But he takes you right past the sort of like bellows of the ovens and to a steel doorway that's set into the ground. It is circular. It's inset with this sort of like spiral pattern. And at the center, you see what looks like a place for a large iron key. And he reaches into his pocket. He pats his pocket. Pats it again. Did you see a key anywhere on the ground at all?
Not a key.
Hey mate,
no,
just the key to your heart.
Yeah.
It's just the key to your heart.
That is very sweet, but I'm looking for a literal answer right now.
Oh, no, sorry. I haven't seen a key anywhere. Do you want? I can help look for it.
That would be wonderful, but if you excuse me a moment, if you could just wait here, I will be right back. And he moves with the quickness out of that room. He is like, it looks like he's trying to contain himself from sprinting out of the room, and he disappears into the crowd at the ballroom.
Captain? I'm not sure if I should
Yes?
call. Are you my captain? My captain.
And I'm going to
also,
look
yes.
Ink on Skin dead in the eye while I say yes.
He rolls his eyes at you.
My captains. I
Yes.
believe I know where the key is for.
Yes, indeed.
And I believe maybe Thomas might be very, very upset and heading. I'm not sure if he can find you, but he seems very, very upset about where the key is. But I do know where it's for in the kitchens. Up to you whether you want to get here or not.
Do you know what door it opens?
Yeah, there's a door in the kitchens. It looks very impressive.
So maybe we need to do a little
Great door.
drop off.
Or we could open the door.
Yeah.
So, Finch, why don't you follow? Make sure he doesn't go back into the kitchen, or let me know when he's on the way in.
Sounds good.
And we'll double back.
Yeah.
Finch, do you run after him?
Yeah.
So you sprint after him. You catch sight of him. So the north entrance to the ballroom is actually set atop of this sort of like grand staircase. Think very Titanic, but instead of the clock face, there is a huge archway. You see him bolt up towards that.
I'm like everything but sprinting to try and keep up with him. Just kind of like moving, like doing that super fast power walk so that
I will remind you that someone is under the influence.
Oh yeah.
And I don't think it's normally used for this, but I'm gonna have you make a control roll
Yeah.
with
To
disadvantage.
control myself.
To control your faculties and not fall on your face.
I think that is fair. So I roll this one as well. That is a oh my goodness. That is a 16.
With the disadvantage?
Yes, I rolled a 1 on the d6
Cool.
and a 9 and an 8 on the d12.
Nice. Which one's higher?
The hope is higher.
Cool. Take a hope. You successfully bound up the stairs, keeping control of yourself, and run after him through the archway, and we will return to you shortly. The rest of you. In the ballroom, you manage to catch sight of Thomas booking it and Finch going after him.
Okay, I think the coast is clear.
So it's quietly moving towards the kitchen.
I'll follow.
Same.
So you arrive into the kitchen, you get hit with the same heat, and you go towards the back, and you see set into the ground is this large door, you would say it's a trap door, but it's way too big to be. It's like 10 feet by 10 feet round, and in the center is a place for the key.
Kind of like does a little like key spin and with a smile and places it in. Keep an eye out.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna do lookout. Yep.
I'm
You
also
turn.
going down in there.
You're going there too, or are you following
Yeah.
Finch? Okay, you're going. You turn the
It's
key.
blew up so good.
There's nothing to blow up where
Not
Finch is
yet.
going right now.
Not yet.
There's
Right
plenty
now,
to
I
blow
said
up.
there's
You're
a
just
lot.
choosing not to.
That's very true. Own your choices, DJ.
Oh no. If I'm gonna blow something up, the engine room is a great place to go.
It's
That's all
true.
I'm saying.
That's
That's all I'm saying.
So the doorway, there's a clank of mechanics and the whirring of gears, and the doorway starts to spin and then starts to drop. It's an elevator. And it starts to lower and lower with ink on skin on there.
Oh.
And none of the rest of you.
No.
What do you do?
Immediately I reach into my jacket and take out a large grappling hook, tie a rope to it, and throw it up.
I'm gonna, if I can grab for it, I'm gonna grab for it and then try to put the hook on.
It's not going down
Okay.
that fast. Like you could
What
jump,
do you
you
just
could
got- I was like,
feasibly jump if you're fast enough onto it. You don't. It's not going hyperspeed. It is an
Oh my God,
elevator,
so
not a
funny.
sonic shaft. Okay.
Oh, that's eight.
Do y'all jump on?
Dimensions.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll jump on.
I'm on it.
Panic. But it looks cool, okay?
You start to descend. For a moment, the heat of the kitchen starts to recede, and you feel cool air, but then it starts to get hotter and hotter until it's oppressive. And there's this crackle to the air, as if the air itself is filled with static electricity right before it shocks you. It gets lower and lower, and the walls around you start to recede, and suddenly you're in a glass tube, a large one, overlooking massive engines. There are 6 engines set in rows of 2, each one about the size of a jet plane, going back into this space. And at the center of it, contained in glass, is an ancient purple dragon. Crackling with electricity, its scales emblazoned and lit by it, breathing energy into these whirring, loud engines. It's almost as if the sound of the engines, it's being this close to it, it feels impossible that you wouldn't hear it anywhere on the ship, because it's almost like guns rapid firing from each one. You descend lower and lower until you land on a dais at the end of this tube, and the elevator stops.
Jacob, this is your fault. You asked for a dragon.
Yes, it is. I did. I did. Does the dragon notice us?
The dragon, one, is bigger than all the engines.
Eh.
It is massive. Like, if you were to put it into buildings terms, it would be at least 2 stories tall, and 1 story, if you took a story and laid it sideways, that would be its length. To it, you must look like worms on the ground. But it does indeed notice you and turns a massive eye, amethyst eye, at you on the ground.
I bow.
You know what? Izzy makes a great point. I'm about to.
Is ink on skin? Is mace?
Not
Mace
at
is
all.
down to bow. It's like it's a dragon. Like it's like I'll show respect because something tells me that this thing could melt us if it wanted to.
So I'll ask the required question. Do I recognize this dragon?
You recognize this dragon.
So as the rest bow, he just opens his hand. George.
Ink on skin.
Well. I did not imagine we would see each other this soon.
Neither did I. Especially not in such circumstances.
Indeed. How is all of this for you, actually? Is this, something you like to do? Well,
George
perhaps-
motions and like tries to move his wings, and you notice there are these massive shackles on these sort of like joints right where they land, and these weights that pull the dragon down to the ground. They are massive, but you know George is millennia old.
For sure.
These would be nothing to him if they weren't somehow magical.
What do you think?
I think / hope that there would be something that we could do about all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Because of course we go back a ways. I would love to rid you of this circumstance.
We go back a blink in the lifespan that I've lived. Ink on skin.
Well, from my perspective, it was about 4 years ago. But I recognize that is quite literally a blink on time for you. But
I
perhaps
can't even begin to fathom what the perception of time is for one such as you.
But perhaps we can create a new memory for you, one of which you can and will remember quite vividly.
Is Izzy miming in the background everything that Ink on Skin's
I love
doing?
that so much.
Incredible.
I love that so much.
The one behind you is adding thematic resonance.
He doesn't even turn around. I am not surprised. So, do you know what causes you to be stuck in this way? Perhaps there's something we can dispel or remove. I assume this key won't do anything with it, but
The engines fueled by me also fuel my prison.
oh, I see. So we remove you, we remove the engines, and things fall. Does that sound about right?
It's a very neat little system these ephemeral creatures have designed.
Elvish and Dwarvish is what I hear.
Indeed.
Well,
The one behind you wanted to say something. Speak, creature.
I was just curious if a bit of explosion might help you out of your current predicament. I've got some things that might help if explosion would be a good idea.
These things resist the fuel of my breath. But I am trapped within this circle.
And he moves one giant claw, and you see that inlaid into the ground beneath him is a circle made of molten gold with rubies and emeralds set into it, and then a massive diamond right at the forefront. Clearly the components of what is fueling the spell.
Any of you got any ideas?
I have Arcane Barrage. There are a series of magical projectiles. Perhaps if I shoot them at the gemstones, they could perhaps break the glyph.
Perhaps.
I will say this. If even one of the engines fails, the whole spell does.
Oh, so we could just destroy an engine then.
Of course, I can fly. I don't think any of you creatures have wings.
No, we don't. So our timing on this is actually quite important.
I have a thought. We
Go.
are currently in the market for a statue, and we will, in fact, need perhaps means of escape. And you are also in need of means of escape. So perhaps maybe we could converge our means of escapes together into one big means of escape after we collect the statue.
I just want to point something out. Do we really need the statue if Pip is on the train and will plummet to his death after destroying the engines?
Ooh.
That is a fair point.
Ooh.
William
The question we
Pip
ask
is
now
your
is-
employer.
No.
Uh-oh.
Nope.
We're sort of in business for ourselves, if that makes more sense.
That
Freelancing.
slime ball is the reason I am here.
Then let's have him
great.
plummet to his death.
I have no
That
qualms
sounds
at
great.
all. No qualms at all. Yeah.
Well, after we get what we are supposed to get, Sure.
Well,
Well, we don't need
about
that.
that. If
Why not?
that part,
Leave
if we don't care
Yeah.
about the plummeting and the death part, I would posit that the rubies and the gold and the gems beneath the elegant dragon's claws should be payment enough.
Yes.
I mean, they are valuable, but do you really think you're gonna get away with it?
God damn it.
You all turn around, and behind you is Molly Thatcher.
Oh, we found her.
She's no longer wearing her flapper outfit. She has replaced it instead with a set of leather armor, her hair
Oh.
bound up in a bun. And beside her are 4 heavily armored mechanical guards.
Oh. It's going down then.
You know,
Now-
when I saw you pocket that little key off of Thomas's little ass, I was wondering what you wanted with the engine room. You were trying to send all these rich motherfuckers to their death? Hmm?
Not specifically. I just wanted to see what it went to. Everything else after that has been happenstance.
Happy little accident, as it were.
Exactly. So being as it were, I don't have a particular moral obligation to anyone. So perhaps before things go shitty, maybe we could just relax for a moment.
Relax?
I
I'm
mean,
plenty relaxed. After
I am
all,
too.
I'm the one with 4 armed guards. Very onto the teeth, actually. And the dragon that has to obey my family's sort of commands behind you. Proud of the spell, you know. So I would say that I feel great right now. Don't know about you.
I'm still
Actually, I feel
Why?
quite
Feel
fantastic.
bad at all.
You here?
Again, curiosity. I had the key, wanted to see where it went to. Quite happenstance that we found all
And
this.
curiosity is why 2 pirate captains, a guy who's known for blowing stuff up, another guy who's known for blowing stuff up accidentally, and Regina are here.
I appreciate you calling me by my title.
You're welcome.
Which of the explosions, guys, are you referring to me as? The
I said
accidental or
2, and you know. Why don't you tell me?
I'm curious. I do like to blow things up. That's not a question. So, just
Nice.
curious.
Does it really matter right now, friend?
It always matters.
Well, let's back up things for a second. I appreciate your confidence. You certainly appear to have the upper hand. But you could have simply waved a hand and blown us all away. So you haven't done that. And that I find very fascinating.
Well, you haven't answered my question yet. Honestly.
We have. You specifically said, "Why are you here?" I answered, "Why I'm here."
I believe the answer was something like curiosity.
Correct.
Agreed. Same.
Curiosity about the inner workings of the
It's
train.
a very interesting.
No, just what was
train.
behind the door. Don't you think?
The train flies. Of course, we'd be curious. As
Hey,
to
yo,
what fuels it.
Georgie, why are they here? Do you know? A crackle of electricity breaks across the scales.
Oh, okay, cool.
They're here for a statue!
Fuck.
Hey, what?
You're here for a statue?
I think you meant to say statue of limitations.
Wow, you must be really bad at thieving. You're not even anywhere near where that statue is.
Oh, well, why don't
And
you let us know?
honestly, I would have rather you were here to kill all the rich people than to take that statue from me.
So it's
We
funny
could
you
do
mention
that.
actually, because we may actually be more in the market for that one at this point. Also, hi, this is my real voice. So sorry about earlier.
Yeah, you're not that good of an actress.
That's fair. It's just my day job. This is really my passion. This is really like where my true passion lies. But look, I think we're in the market for kind of the same thing. You hate your dad, you hate Pip, you hate most of the people on this train. We're by far the most interesting people you've met all evening. If you just let us rescue this sweet, innocent creature, we will leave the statue. You can ride off into the sunset with us, and who knows? Maybe a friendship starts.
But we keep the gold and stuff.
I
That's
never
right here.
mentioned Pip.
Yeah, he's here apparently.
He is here. I'm assuming that's why you want the statue, because you're working for Pip, and he's the one I took it from.
Let's just say I think that our employment status at this point is questionable at best. We were like maybe baseline afraid of him, and now I think we just straight up dislike him.
You know how it is these days, at will employment, after all.
It's true, yeah. It could end for either person at either time. They don't even have
At any time. We don't
Yeah.
even have to
Fine.
say anything.
If I
2
may
weeks
interject
notice,
briefly.
more like 2 seconds notice.
If
You
I
may interject.
Somehow I get the feeling that William hears everything we're saying right now, so I get the feeling he's not exactly a fan of
Oh,
ours
shit.
either. So
Exactly.
we could take the statue, come back here. You get to watch the train plummet to the Earth's whichever realm you decide to let it off in, and you then take your father's place with all the money.
Win-win.
You have no idea what that statue is, do you?
Not at all.
Nope.
Not
You
even
can
a
tell
little.
us.
Nope.
What is it?
Okay,
Not
okay.
his wife or something.
Yo, gods. Go somewhere else. We have to have a conversation.
I'm gonna like nudge Ink on
Ta-ta.
Skin and say, did she just say gods or gods?
You know what she said.
He just points at them, walk away. Pointing at them, walking away.
They walk away. They're mechanical. They follow orders.
Yep.
That statue is Pip's ex-wife.
Oh, physically. Like as in... someone mentioned petrified earlier. That's ironic.
Do you know how Pip got his money to start with?
Nope.
No.
Petrified his wife.
No. That was sort of, related. He's
Hmm.
an art dealer.
Hmm.
And his ex-wife was an artist.
Hmm. I don't like this.
You
do not like
shouldn't.
it. Yep.
He became obsessed. You know what it's like? You played a sugar baby, I assume. To marry someone and think you're gonna get taken care of for the rest of your life and then to end up in a state prison.
Oh.
In a tower, forced to create art for your husband day in, day out, endlessly.
Sounds terrible.
What?
So I do have 2 thoughts now. One, we probably should still get the statue because we have to rescue that woman. And second of all, what if we just steal it all together and then go find a cure for this woman with the dragon?
This sounds like a great idea.
Sure.
That sounds like a heck of an adventure. Then I make direct eye contact with Molly.
Uh-huh. What makes you think you could find a cure for her? I've been trying for 3 years and I haven't found anything. Because surprisingly, guess what? Petrification's a slow process. Apparently, when you send a slow-moving curse to make someone not be able to leave your estate, they start to turn it stone over time, painfully, screaming the entire time. I haven't found a cure yet. Why do you think I'm associating with my father? He has the money to find one. Because I, personally, would like my girlfriend back.
Oh. I
Oh.
see.
Oh.
There.
Oh.
That was an incredible twist.
Yep.
Finch, are you here?
I'm really tired.
Are you the next of kin?
For who? My dad?
Yeah.
He has no one else. No one else.
So
likes
you're
him.
set to
So
then
you-
inherit his
Plan
money.
where we're- Yeah. We get your girlfriend back. We get all his money. That becomes your money. You can keep researching the cure. We fly off in this dragon into the sunset. Friendship forever. I think that's kind of a win-win for everybody.
I would
That
agree.
might work if he were on board.
What?
He's not here.
Is there a way to teleport him here?
You know, let him know there's an emergency.
I mean,
There are
yeah,
pocket
in his
dimensions of
quarters
it.
there is actually a magic circle that he does to use to come and go. So yeah, that actually would work.
And it wouldn't be a lie if we say that the engine's down because we're about to blow one up.
He would show up if one of his engines on his crown jewel
Exactly.
were to go down.
Order
So,
of operations. It's really setting
Yes.
up for a win for you.
and since you understand the circle so much, you would understand a way to block it. So when he comes through, he can't leave again.
You know, I think I might have had too many drinks because you're starting to make sense. Oh my god.
I
This
feel like
could
we
be
just
the
outlined
start
the-
of a beautiful little.
Ah!
And from behind Molly,
Right.
the sound of metal meeting flesh,
Yep.
stands a man who looks like the most generic man
Oh, fucking hell.
great.
who walk
Oh,
the planet.
Damn it, Pip.
Great. Great.
As you face the butler.
Why must you be so medium?
Get ready for combat, y'all.
yep.
Weird not to be able to say roll initiative. It's very weird.
Yeah, that's very weird,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Roll for
So-
destruction.
Here we
Right.
go.
So the way that combat works in Daggerheart, we're playing with we are playing with the alternate rules,
yep.
which means that we're going to be using the turn-based initiative sort of structure. But there's no actual initiative score for those watching. Like, there's no, like, you go first because you have X, you have it first because Y. Instead, each player is going to get 3 actions per round, and their actions give tokens to me that I can then use to stab them.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
you'll get what's going on as we go. So, it's all of your decisions what you're going to start doing, and then I'll start doing what I'm going to do.
I love that.
That hearing that,
No, sir, I don't like it.
just saying.
Negative. Yeah,
Um,
back at it.
I'm gonna hide.
I'm gonna go for the hypnotic shimmer spell.
Mm-hmm.
So I make a spell cast roll against the. It's just one enemy right now, right? Or the guards.
That you can see.
Okay, cool.
That is such a good GM answer.
Don't like it. We can move while hidden. Yes.
So I make,
So, yeah, what? I actually don't know.
Well, you're out of sight from all your foes. You can mark a stress. Blah 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 blah.
ooh,
You are no longer hidden after you move or attack.
Yeah.
Damn
So
it.
yeah. No.
Cool.
Die.
That's boring.
But when you leave to make an attack,
In
you
my
get
head,
advantage.
because like
Yeah.
I kind of want to just like I'm out.
Mm-hmm.
So
how-
hiding sucks.
How far away is a butler from us right now?
So Molly was about 10 feet away from you, and she's currently bleeding on the ground. So 10 feet.
Sure. Would you call 10 feet very close to me?
Close enough.
I love that. And it just looks and proceeds to put 2 hands into his jacket. I didn't really care for you anyway. And a rain of blades just pops out from him. I'm going to spend 2 hope to conjure throwing blades that strike any enemies very close to me, i.e. this particular person. So I have to make...
Close.
Yeah, so I had to make a spellcast roll, which...
I don't have anything that cool.
It's fine. You got other cool stuff to blow up later. So is it just? I assume it's a.
It's a spellcast roll against their basically.
But it's still a hope and fear roll, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Excellent. I rolled a 12 on my hope, and +2. That's 14.
Cool. You barely succeeded.
Oh, I
in
love
hitting
that.
this person. So you send out this cloud of daggers, just throwing them out from you, and they hit. Roll damage.
Yeah. I assume this entity is not vulnerable.
No.
All right. He takes 5 points of magical damage.
5 points of magical damage. Any stress from that?
Negative. It looks like no.
Okay. Noted.
I would like-
And
Okay.
I'm gonna sort of strafe away.
So it looks like some of that did not fully take. His sort of like his body, as you throw those daggers out and they hit and they start to pierce, it looks almost like moving rubber. Like the skin starts to ripple and some of the daggers bounce off.
I would like, if I
Oh,
may,
interesting.
to jump in to rally
One moment. Mayana had a spell that was being cast, and then you can jump in.
Yes, I think I am going to change what I was doing. I'm going to do Arcane Barrage.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Cool.
It says once per short rest, I can spend any number of hope and shoot magical projectiles that automatically strike an enemy within close range. Roll an amount of d6 equal to the hope you spent. So I have 5 hope. I'm going to spend 3 of them.
Is there a spell attack with this one?
It's I don't think so. It's like a magic missile.
Let me see. Is Arcane Barrage?
Arcane Barrage, yeah.
Oh yeah, no, it's just straight up.
Hell yeah! So I spent 3 hope.
Get him.
And so that's 3d6 damage.
Mm-hmm.
That is 5, 4, and 5, so it's 14 damage.
14 damage. Okay. Yeah. So unlike that, it looks like it all goes through.
Yeah.
So you shoot out these rays of arcane force, and they pelt into this man. As they hit, and as this energy sort of crackles over, you see that the shape of the man starts to ripple, and it's almost like looking at fabric coming undone very briefly. Like there's these little tendrils that start to shoot off of like dark energy, and then they start to flicker in and out of existence.
Oh, noted.
Cool.
Don't like that.
I know, Dick, you wanted to go, but I'll just say
Did you
over the...
roll your? So you didn't roll to do that. You spent hope. You succeeded on that. Thus far, that means we have Mace hid. Izzy cast a spell. Did the ability. That means there's 3 tokens on the board total right now. Jess, what do you want to do?
I would like to rally my teammates, and I'm going to like tap my ear and say, "Right then, Finch, can you hear this?"
Yes.
Great.
Hi there.
Just in case things go to shit with you like they are for us, I just want everyone to know that we can do this. Rally the troops and stick them with the pointy ends. And that means that anyone can spend this rally die, which is a d6, to roll it, adding the result to an action roll, reaction roll, or damage roll, or even clearing stress equal to the rally die result.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to give everyone a little boost.
Wonderful.
As a reminder, you all have 3 tokens per round. So not just 3 total, 3 per each of you.
3 per each of you, yeah. Before Finch does anything, I'm going to use my 3rd token to hide.
Okay, cool. So that's 6 tokens on the board. Finch.
So Finch is running up to
Taking separating ourselves,
Yeah.
camera-wise, from the combat. You chase Thomas up through the train, and for the first time, as you're following him, the train starts to resemble an actual train. Like you start going through cars past the guest quarters and up into what must be the front of the train. You enter into this area that's part office, part basically like navigational port. There is a map in the center of the room. It's massive. It must be 10 feet by 10 feet. It glows with arcane light. Gold lines start to spill over, going in different directions. And those start to course, not in the map, but above the map, twisting and moving in all different directions. Thomas runs towards the back where there are rows and rows of shelves. And on those shelves, there are keys. There are at least 20 keys, all the same shape as the one that was in Ink on Skin, that Ink on Skin took from his pocket. Roll Analyze to see if you can determine what this map actually does.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that is the very bad roll. It is a hope, but it is.
You do have an auto success,
4.
by the way.
Ooh, yes.
You do have an auto success.
Yeah. I'll use an auto success.
Okay. With an auto success, still take a hope because it was still a roll. This map is the steering for the train itself.
Right.
The pathways that are twisting above it are the path that the train is going to take. And someone with enough magical know-how or accidentally with enough magic in them, could affect that path, change and move it at their will or whim. You also notice that in the other side of the corner is that teleportation circle that was mentioned earlier.
Ooh.
Okay. First thing
Thomas
I'm gonna
hasn't
do,
noticed you either yet.
yeah, is walk up behind Thomas, and I'm like, oh god,
No,
that was sorry, we were
Follow
running.
me
and
here.
we were
You
running
shouldn't
together.
be
I
here.
thought.
Guests aren't allowed up here. How did you get past the guards?
I was just running with you. I'm sorry. I didn't realize. Oh, I'm so
They
sorry.
must have just
for everything that's
assumed that
happened.
you were with me.
And I'm really sorry
I
for
have to
this
stop
as well.
taking dates to different areas of this ship. What?
I'm really sorry for this as well. And then I step really close to him, and you see Finch steps on his shadow, and the shadow rises up and grabs him and pulls him to the ground.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Is there a role that's associated with this?
Yeah, I have to roll a spellcasting roll.
I almost took that one. I know the one that is.
Yeah.
I'm
actually
gonna say, I don't know if Daggerheart does this, but I'm gonna say you can roll with advantage because Thomas is not magically inclined.
Oh yeah.
Or
Yeah.
expecting it.
Okay. Ooh,
The
that's
betrayal.
interesting. So it's a very good roll. It's 19. And the it's 20 total. But it is with fear.
No.
There's fear. Okay. It's a very high roll though. His shadow strips itself, peeling it away from the ground with the sound of like paint being removed in strips from a wall, and grabs him and pulls him into the ground. But the magic is extremely potent and extremely powerful. You feel this energy like shoot out from your body and into the shadow, and it starts to engulf him, and the shadow starts to seep and pull him into the ground. He reaches up to try and claw forward, and then his mouth opens in a silent scream as he is brought into the ground below, and the shadow disappears.
Oh.
Finch, are you okay? That's
Yeah.
Finch.
I'm totally fine. Everything's okay here.
Okay, great.
Everything's fine.
Doing great, friend.
I think I might be able to control where the train goes. I'm gonna take a stress.
Yeah.
You should take a stress.
Absolutely take a
Yeah.
step. Yes.
Yeah.
That is a
Treat
great
yourself.
idea.
Yeah, you just animated a shadow that ate someone. You should take a stress.
I'm taking a stress for that. Especially because he's like, again, one of his experiences is bleeding heart. Like, he
Totally.
cared about Thomas
poor
actually.
baby.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah, no, everything's fine. I'm in.
Ryan, it feels like
No, it's really hot in the room that I am, which is I'm in the office, Thomas's office. There's a bunch of keys. I think I see a map. I think it might control where the train goes.
that's promising.
I can also see a magic. So I think this is where if you can get if you can make one of those engines, I think I might be able to deal with Thatcher.
Yeah.
Thatcher's the boss.
Yeah.
Thatcher is the one that owns the train.
Yeah.
Is the main owner of the train, not Pip, your boss, though.
Right. Yes.
Pip is the other
We're
one.
betraying everybody. Who cares?
Yeah, so you go first.
Okay. So, if there's any place that you want the train to go, where do we want? Do you want me to just give it a little, a tussle? Would that help you guys?
Yeah, a tussle.
Yeah. Hold on
Like
to
a
something.
gentle tussle, right?
And
Right.
yeah,
Star
really
Trek.
gentle tussle.
I am gonna
We could
say that, given the events of what just happened and given your erratic control over your magic,
Yeah.
to get this to do what you want, you need to make a control roll DC 15.
You did just get a D6
And if
rally
we also
die.
recall,
So
yes,
true.
Which
Finesse,
would cancel
however.
out the disadvantage. from
Disadvantage.
the
And you have like
Because
80
drunk.
auto successes, so
I think
Fair
you
enough.
have
I
at
think
least
I've
2 or
burned-
3.
Yeah.
Because I think
I
Zach
had
got
2.
You had
I
2
think
and another third. So everyone has
Oh,
one.
okay.
Zach
Yep.
has 2. DJ has 2.
Yeah.
On
Okay.
top of that, so you had 3 auto successes, Zach.
Yeah, wonderful. I burnt one. I think I'm gonna roll this one because I think it's funny. Whatever
That
happens.
was-
Yeah, I love that. I love that.
Yeah, I love that too.
All right. So I'm just rolling straight because it's the rally die. And
You are rolling straight for control.
Come on, dice.
Okay. It's with hope, but it is a failure.
All
I
right.
love having failures, but with an advantage.
You stand in front of the map and you examine the golden threads of light that are the pathway of the train. You reach with arcane power into there, sort of like threading your life force into the train to try and shift it to and fro. And as you reach that thread of power, it connects and joins and then starts to unravel. And the threads start to split into different directions and start to shoot all around the room.
Oh, cool.
There is a thrum throughout the train, a sort of rippling and ripping and motion, like an earthquake. And everyone in the room below,
The room where it happens.
if you could please make what makes the most sense for this? Make a dodge roll.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can make that happen.
What was your actual roll, Finch?
It was a 9.
Noted. Thank you. That's important for me.
I'm gonna use.
I'm like,
Oh, sorry.
no, I'm just saying, don't like.
Mhm.
I'm gonna use my auto success for this, but I'd like to use one of my action tokens to grab hold of Molly and make sure she is also safe.
Cool. All right. Using an auto success. So that's.
Can I get a hope for that?
You do get a hope for that if you have an auto success. I'm also going to say that things are going. You can roll for this, but because Finch failed, get to act.
Okay.
So you can make this
Oh,
dodge
right.
roll, but you cannot make another move. No player can until I'm done.
Okay.
Is
So-
that just the rolling the hope and fear?
Yes, rolling hope
Okay.
and fear, and then whatever you can add whatever your modifier for agility is, and if
Yep.
you have any experience that would work, please let me know.
Like
Like for example, you have quick hands, which I would include, or swashbuckler for the
Oh, I'm
movement.
including
Yeah.
quick hands.
Yeah, I'm going to add to that because I'm a Katari. I have feline instincts, which gives me another +1 if I burn if I burn hope, which I will.
Okay, cool. Yes.
So that's a +3, so +7.
Yeah, this is. I don't even want to say this out loud because reasons.
I would like you to say it out loud though, because
I would like to use one of these auto successes if possible.
You can
Oh.
use an auto success, yes.
Cool, but with that, I'll tell you that I rolled a 2 on the fear die and a 1 on.
Oh,
the hope
buddy.
die. Now, with quick hands and agility, that adds in 2, but that's 4 ain't
Yeah,
gonna do
that
it.
ain't gonna
I get the
cut it.
feeling. Or
That ain't gonna
5
cut it,
ain't gonna
no.
do it.
You
So,
can auto
yeah.
succeed though. Use your
Yes.
auto success.
Yeah, I'm gonna save mine. I rolled a 5 +7, 12.
Well,
with hope.
okay. Noted. With hope. Dick Dangers. Okay. Izzy.
Yes, I did an auto.
Oh wait, you did an auto success,
and
and
I'm holding the action until after you're done for Molly.
cool. All right, Finch, you don't need to actually roll this because you're in the safety zone. Down below, in the bowels of the train, the thrum of the massive electric engines, this weird, basic dude that's in front of you. The room starts to shake violently. And for a second, it's not that the train car starts to break apart or the room starts to do more than shake. It's that for a moment, you feel your entire existence split into 3.
Oh.
Come back again. Split into 3 again. Come back again. And then there's a severing
Ah,
as the core of you is pulled apart anyone that rolled under a 10, which is none of you, correct?
I don't think so. I'm so scared.
Would have experienced being split into a dual existence as the train, the dimensions that hold this sort of like extra dimensional spaces together start to sever from the train itself. You hear an uproar of screams above you,
It begins.
and then silence.
Oh.
And then the room stops shaking.
Okay.
Not the drink, not the sip.
The sip kind of took me out a little bit. I was like, I probably, nope, don't like it.
And
I
with
think I've got it under
that,
control. I think I've got it under control.
it's
we're all
my turn.
Oh.
Oh my God,
still
I
hadn't
forgot.
gone yet. I still had a move that I wanted to make.
But she
So
interrupted.
I'm acting off of Finch's
Yeah,
failure. So
right.
I get to make
Yep.
8 tokens
No,
worth of
thank
moves.
you.
If I so
No.
choose. Just so
Oh,
you
boy.
know, that's the trade-off with the system. The more
Yeah.
actions you take, the more I get to
Well,
do
you get
stuff.
to do stuff. Yeah, I'm down. Let's go.
So,
Let's go. This
the
is fun.
man in front... Oh, actually, I forgot.
Oh no.
He
Oh my
needs
God.
to roll
Oh no.
to survive the severing.
Oh, that'd be
Oh,
really
cool.
interesting.
I
Yeah.
was concerned
Let's
for a
see.
second.
So that is a success.
Ow.
Barely.
Boo.
Success with hope.
Okay.
Boo.
But as your existences come together apart and come together again, you see something. While you're splitting, he also splits. And for one moment, you see 2 very ordinary looking men. Completely average features, nothing dramatic about them. And in the middle of them, you see a writhing, undulating mass of darkness and tentacles, and too many eyes that are all looking at you, blinking one after another after another, and then back to one man.
Okay. Okay.
And I get to act.
Yep. Go for it.
The man moves forward in a way that almost looks like a break with reality, as if his arm shatters into 1,000 bits and then reaches for you.
Oh.
Like glass shattering and then attacking you, as this massive clawed hand reaches for all of you. I'm going to make what is considered a group attack.
Oh
Did
God.
he even
What
see me?
if Mason and I is hidden?
Oh wait, Mace, in you are hidden?
Yep.
Okay. Hold on
Well,
1
it's
second. Let
Been
me
a
just check.
real treat.
I'll remember you.
Izzy seems like a tank, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Seems like.
So this claw is coming for Izzy and Dick.
Great.
I'm sorry, just so we're all on the same page, it's coming for Dick.
Coming for Dick.
We're on the same page.
We've all
Dangerous
been there,
Dick.
or at least I have. Anyway, not often
Dangerous,
enough.
Dick. Just saying.
What is your evasion, both of you?
My evasion is 9.
Also
9.
9. Twinsies.
9.
2 cards.
I'm gonna say meets it beats it in your favor. I'm not sure what the actual rule is.
Okay.
But this massive claw of shattered reality reaches for you, and you manage to dodge. Whatever way that you want to flavor that or guard against it, you do.
I just rush
Okay.
out of the way.
And it's very
say,
good because that action alone, from the way that I created this, takes 3 tokens. So we are down to 5, but I can still use them if I so choose. He is going to make another attack. And basically, from the center of his mass, there's a sort of ripple and then a spread as several of these eyes appear. And these knives that were sent at him start to pour from these eyes with every blink
Oh.
Oh.
at the 2 of you.
Okay.
I'm going to make a spell attack roll.
Yogi.
How dare you?
That is an 18 with fear. So that's going to hit both of you.
Okay.
Hold on a second.
So scared.
Oh
I
my.
need the bag of dice.
Too bad.
It'll
Yeah.
be an honor to die with you, my friend.
So-
Joey bag of
One.
dice.
Yeah.
And
That's so sweet.
a 3.
Okay.
And, you know, yeah, just another one for good measure. 4.
Oh my.
That's actually it. It's not. This is still low level, okay? Okay.
Too many dice for you to say this is still low
Gonna
level.
But all right.
explode.
All right, so that is.
When you have to count as the DM, no.
Yeah, I know. It's so sad. So sad.
So sad.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
is so fun,
that
though.
is 11 damage coming at
Wow.
Okay.
you. You can use armor for this. Keep in
Oh,
mind that every
yeah.
armor slot you burn keeps that away.
Huh.
Oh, actually, I'm sorry. It's split. Sorry, I misread this.
Oh,
Still
'cause
an
it's so
instant for me. So it is 4 stress coming your way,
Okay.
and then it is the rest of it is hit point damage. So you can use armor slots for those, but not for the stress.
I'm gonna use 3 for the armor,
Mhm.
and then so it's 2 hit points that I take damage.
You lose, yeah.
Okay, cool.
And I'm sorry,
Yeah.
you said how many points of damage?
11.
What? Sorry.
Oh, sorry. No, you say.
It's 7 points, and then 4 is from the 4 is stress.
And so that I understand armor. Your base armor value, every armor slot you use subtracts your base armor value from the amount of damage
Yes.
that's coming to you.
Correct.
All right, cool.
So for
and
example,
everybody has different armor
Yeah.
bases.
And
correct?
everyone has
Mhm.
different thresholds as well. So based
Yeah.
on how much damage you take, it changes how much HP you
You lose, yeah.
Cool.
Mhm.
There's a calculator in the thingy too.
Yep.
Honestly, I see mine is just like I was like I feel like this is not gonna be the same for everybody. Yeah.
Okay.
Sweet. Thank you.
That is the end of my
Thank God.
actions. So it's back to all of you. You get all of your tokens back.
Oh my God.
Yep.
Once I've used them, you get them back. So
That's cool.
regardless of the fact that not
That,
everyone
like,
used all
everyone
their
had-
tokens,
yeah, yeah.
it's still a new round. So you still get your stuff back.
But yeah,
Who would like to do stuff first?
Jess, I feel like you
Me.
haven't done. Yeah, you and Jess should go.
Yeah, you and Jess should go.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take one of my since I am a blaster and explosive professional, I feel
You?
like I should be able to take a blunderbuss,
Mm-hmm.
take one of my explosive devices,
Uh-huh.
stuff it in that blunderbuss,
Mhm.
and then fire it at a thing.
Nah.
Because I have enough understanding of explosives to know how not to explode it when I shoot it.
I am gonna say yes.
Sweet.
I'm just gonna let you do it. I think that makes sense.
And I have
How
a thing-
many explosives are you loading into this blunderbuss?
It's
though?
only one at a time. So I'm gonna be real in one explosive device. And then I
I
have
will
a
remind you
device-
though, you do have 3 potential actions.
I know.
So you
That's-
could blow
that's
all
actually
of them
why-
and shoot them each time if you wanted.
The problem is with a blunderbuss, I have to expend an action to reload it. So I didn't
I
want to
see.
like do too much.
Okay,
So
cool.
I will happily put 2 of them in there out of principle.
Mhm.
And then I have a thingy in my pocket that does things. Because explosions. So
Yeah.
wanna
I'm
fire
gonna
2 of
say
them.
that you add your blunderbuss roll to the 3, however many dice I said the explosives were, for each.
3 per explosive device.
Cool. Roll to hit.
Let's go.
This
Get
is a
'em.
new thing for me. So since it let me switch these out of this spot because it's the wrong.
Take your time. It's a new system for everyone.
Yeah, you're doing great.
While you're
Sorry.
looking,
Although, we're getting close to time, aren't we?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to like be real quick about it.
I'm so sorry.
Because reasons.
I don't have it hard out, so
I don't either.
Perfect. All right, so it is.
I don't
one-
either, but it's up to everyone and Jess.
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah, yep. Up to you guys.
I have a few minutes after that I can be.
Yeah.
I have a 1d6 plus 6 is my to hit.
Mhm.
+6.
No, that's damage. How what I roll to hit?
You roll. You roll your hope and fear die.
Oh, duh.
And
Should've started
then
with that. Sweet.
you can add experience that's relevant and also your proficiency stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
So
or
I'm
what
gonna
is the
roll-
equivalent of proficiency stuff here?
Sweet. I'm gonna add the +2 for blaster and explosive professional, +1 for quick hands because you got to be specific about loading up like a C4 into
Agreed.
a blunderbuss, and control because you got to be really good at controlling things to do that. So adding some finesses in there as well, and that's all added to the end right after the roll.
So no. So what your the experience and the so basically your weapon will list what you're rolling with. That's like for the first number, that's what you roll to hit. So for example, if I don't have your character sheet in front of me, but
Like I rolled a 10 on the fear, 4 on the hope.
4 on the hope, then you add whatever you're adding to. So for this would be finesse, then your experience, and that's all to hit. It's not added to the damage.
Oh, I had the feeling none of this was for damage. I'm just trying to understand the proper hit. So like that is 14 plus 3, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Hope or it's a success, but hope or fear.
So I can choose which die to add those to?
I'm sorry?
It's a higher one. It's whatever you rolled highest.
Oh no, so those are rolled separately. It's whatever rolls highest decides whether it's hope or fear or your success. They're not at
Gotcha. So it's 10 fear, 4 hope overall, and then after adding in the bonus points.
So success with fear. You do hit. I'm gonna take a fear because I'm gonna take a fear for my purposes.
Okay.
Because it feels like cheating to do a DM move when they're hitting me, so I'm not gonna do that. Take a fear, and roll to hit. Roll your damage.
Sweet.
So that's the 3d6 plus your whatever the weapon has.
Right. So am I rolling for the base damage of the blunderbuss and the damage for each explosion? Perfect. Oh, this is stupid. So it is 6, 10,
that happens.
10 just blunderbuss damage. Then, because I rolled a 4 on that, and it's 1d6 plus 6. And then 5, 9, 10, 16, 22 additional damage.
Whoa.
So 32.
Okay.
Yo.
So.
And then in the second it connects, I like do the clicky thing to make sure that they explode on the mid dude.
Few things happen. One. So I forgot to mention the splice dudes come back together. Like they come back together into the single appearance.
I feel like you said that part.
Okay, good. Just checking. That drains the entirety of this thing's armor. And the physical form of this unnamed, unmarked man melts into the simmering darkness. And these tentacles spread out, and this writhing horror of eyes and darkness rises from the ground and starts to boil from the heat of these specially crafted, magically made explosive balls that you spent so much time designing and had so much magic poured into them. The surface starts to just cook, and boils and blisters of bubbling darkness start to seep this pale pinkish fluid like pus and dribble to the ground. And there is a scream without sound, something you can't hear in your ears but can feel in your bones and writhing through your skin as this thing experiences mortal pain for the first time in its entire existence. And it is enraged, but it is not dead.
But
someone cooked here.
God damn it.
Yes. Someone did cook. But since you succeeded with fear...
Son of a
my turn.
bitch.
Oh, I feel so bad for you, Jess.
And I still have... So that was 2 from you. I have 5 tokens to spend.
Jesus.
So that writhing mass... So the pustules start to burst and these eyes come forth, and they are going to shoot the daggers specifically at you, Mace, and only you, because you are the object of this creature's hatred. What is your evasion?
Third 12.
Nice.
Okay, I rolled a 22.
Oh,
Oh my
Okay. Well, it was really
I
close.
mean, so you were just asking just out of
Yeah, I was just
principle.
asking. I
Yeah,
asked
yeah,
before
yeah.
I looked at the
Just,
stuff.
Of course,
just for
of course.
Yeah,
reasons.
just asking for, for my shits and giggles.
Just for
Yes, I love it.
Okay, so
You know,
that
does a
is
32 hit? That's why you do
just wanted to know.
that.
that is 3 stress
Oh shit! All right.
Oh, okay.
and
Okay.
8 damage
Oh,
as these
okay.
daggers shoot at you.
And I just add that to my stress. Stress.
Yeah, that's your stress. Yeah.
All right, cool. Done. And
This
then,
thing, if you can't tell, this thing is like a writhing horror, like a Lovecraftian horror, so it does mental damage as well.
Okay.
Um,
I'm gonna go ahead
okay.
and pop 2 armor slots so that I don't take, except like you said there was 8 damage coming at me.
8 damage, yes.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and take 2 of those.
And with that, I don't have enough tokens to do any moves, so
Perfect.
it's
Yes.
y'all's turn again. Briefly, before we return to combat as a whole, Finch, you are above. You are in the room with this map and this teleportation circle. Would you like to do anything or try anything again?
Okay, tell me if this is too wackadoo, but
Nothing's
I am
too
going.
wackadoodle. Keep talking. Keep talking.
There's all these threads, and now that at least I partially understand that these connect to the different dimensional. This is not just the train. The reason that there's not just one is because these are all the different dimensions.
Yep,
If
and
I
they're all
can
wandering the same path. Yes.
sense what thread connects to the vault, and then I am going to take that thread. And you see Finch's eyes, kind of like, if you've ever seen a crocodile has, or certain creatures have like another eye
Yeah.
lid.
Yeah, the little
He goes,
lid.
and he can sense arcane magics. So
Nice.
he's gonna try and take that thread and pull it from the map, and then tie it to the glyphs of the
that's cool.
teleportation circle.
Okay. God, what would I even? So
there's navigate, there's sense.
I am gonna go. Okay, so
also
this is like a
control again.
layered thing. I am going
Yeah.
to let you choose instinct in general or knowledge in general to make
Okay.
this roll. I'm gonna set the DC at, let's go 15. No, because you're using that. Let's set it at, because you're using some abilities. Let's set it at 12. Reduce it.
I'm gonna use instinct. And is this? I feel like winging it comes in. My experience to wing it.
I would say winging it comes in very handy right now. Yes, I would agree.
Okay. All right. I make it with hope.
With hope.
So I am going to. I pull the thread out. I can see the kind of, not just the magic circle itself, but the glyphs and runes that kind of make up the magical thing. I tie it on and kind of just like pluck it like a harp string.
You reach in, the second eyelid descends, and you see these magics interwoven, this complicated web of spell work, and you reach and just pluck a single golden thread and twist it around your finger and send it to the circle where it knots. There is a pop, single pop, that rattles through your head, but not the air around you. And the circle starts to glow and thrum. And that's all you notice.
I stand on the circle and cross my fingers, cross my toes, and kind of allow the magic to wash over me.
The circle activates. There is a wash of magic and a slipping of dimensions. You can sort of feel them passing over you, almost as if you are a finger passing over the strings of a harp. These different areas that you are descending over. And that's where we'll leave you for the next round.
That was
Back to
amazing.
combat.
Yeah.
I did not make Dickolas Dangerous a man, a person that likes to do combat in this system, I guess. But I'm going to step up to the plate,
Yeah.
and I'm going to give.
Let's go.
I already gave my rally speech. I'm going to give a rousing speech, so we can all clear a stress. And I'll look
Cool.
at the eyes of all of my compatriots and say, my friends, my comrades, it's been an honor to fight alongside you today. And if this is the last time that we may fight together, I hope that you'll remember me, Dick Dangers, Dickolas Dangerous as you will. And I hope you'll never forget that you stick them with the pointy thing. And I'm going to take my rapier and I'm going to stick it with the pointy thing. And I'm just going to take my auto success because why not? I don't think I'm going to have another chance to do so.
I think that
Good.
that works. If it's an auto success on an attack roll, that is considered a crit. So
Okay.
to do that, you roll your damage die and then you add the maximum to whatever you roll. So if you have a D8, you roll the D8 and say you got a 2, you would then add 8 to it.
Okay, so I rolled a 5 and a 1. I already get a +2. Oh god, I'm too gay for...
What? You should only be rolling... Wait. How many dice do you roll for your attack?
2d8 +2.
2d8 plus 2? Okay, cool. So,
I rolled
what'd
a
you roll?
5 and a 1.
Cool. So you would add 16 to that.
Oh, yeah, that sounds about right.
Plus 2.
Yup.
Okay, so I think that's 24, but I'm also incredibly gay, and quick math in front of lots of people.
Not
You're
not
correct.
gay
You're
either.
correct.
Not about gay either. I get it.
Considering that this system was made by the people behind CR, I feel correct in saying, how would you like to do this?
Let's go.
Okay,
Yay.
wow.
Combat inclined.
Wow, okay. So you said that there are a lot of eyes, right? I'm
There
just
are
going
so
to
many eyes. And if you try to count them, your brain starts to scramble.
Okay, well, I will not count them as I stab the eyes. I'm just going to stab. And I think that there's going to be a tear coming down my cheek because I am not a beefy boy. And I really thought this could be it when I did my little speech for my friends.
Aw.
So you do the speech. And you did it to rouse your friends, to give them the confidence to go on. But as you're saying these words, these affirmations, some of them start to settle in you, and you feel this tempered steel sort of straighten your spine inside you. And you look at this writhing, disgusting horror. This thing that, if you look at it too long, your brain actually cannot comprehend it. And it feels like you will shatter. You just shut your eyes and start stabbing and stabbing and stabbing. There is a squelch to each one of your blows, this piercing, and then there's a keening cry again without sound, one that you can only feel physically and emotionally that pierces through you as you are piercing it over and over again. And when you finally open your eyes, it can't open its anymore. And it starts to sink, not into the ground, but from reality. This dripping paint of ichor that then disappears. And you are left in a room again with thrumming engines, a giant dragon, and a bleeding out woman.
I'm gonna tend to Molly immediately.
Okay.
I'm gonna start by playing relaxing songs, so every close ally gets 1 hit point healed, and I'd like
Nice.
to Molly as well.
Dick Dangerous sees like a shadow like overhead, like, and Ikon's skin was in mid like like 300 like and then everything and then you just everything and he like lands and like this the like dead Sinuets is like disappearing. Well, Admiral-elect, you didn't leave me anything.
Sorry about that. I think I'll take my rapier and kind of like twirl it in front of my body to like get the blood off of it, and then sit it down and say that was actually really disgusting. I hated it. Wow.
It looks cool.
Although it was quite lovely to see something get cooked and then sliced. It was delightful. Well done.
Like steak.
I also have a minor health potion. I'm gonna just start pouring that immediately into Molly's face.
There is.
Drink
I get
this.
stabbed?
Yeah, it's not my fault though. I promise it was not.
God, I hate it when I get stabbed. It happens all the time.
I know.
Did you at least kill the fucker?
Yes, it
Is he dead? Are they dead? Oh God! Was it that creepy butler? I bet it was the creepy butler.
The creepy butler. He has been disposed of. Dick Dangers. Thank you so much for that. That was great. That was awesome. I'm so scared. Still.
We need to move.
Yeah.
While you're dealing with that, we go to an existence between planes at the moment, who is as much physical form as just atoms being twirled and spun through magic.
Oh my God.
You behold things between realms, planes of existence that you had no idea existed. You see the movement of continents on other planes racing across each other. You see what the fabric of time looks like. And then you're just in a massive vault. Concrete walls, concrete ceiling, filled to the brim with more riches and treasure than you could possibly fathom. And in the center, on a pedestal, is a tall woman made of marble, braided hair, looking too real to have been carved.
Question: it's a PG-13 rating, right? That's what we discussed. Yes. I think now is the
I've sworn too
time.
much for a PG-13 rating.
No,
and
you
I'm
haven't.
sorry.
I don't think you said
I've
the word
sworn
that I want
4
to say.
times, at
Yeah,
least.
but now this is the word that I want to say. And it's like, and he's got his like swords out still. He's like, okay, what the fuck?
Guys.
Yeah.
So I mean, a lot to catch you up on, but pertinently,
too.
I mean, the vault. I believe I can. I've still got my my vision, arcane vision up. Is there any like magical traps or anything around the? I mean, apart from the fact that the statue itself is magical, I guess.
Literally, almost everything in there is magical.
Blinded.
The entire place. It's funny because like so. Around the borders of the room, you can see sigils and things that would, like if activated, would melt the skin off your bones, would pull the muscle out of your body, but not leave the bone and skin behind. There are things that would cause you to just turn inside out that you bypassed
Nice.
by teleporting into the room. Inside the room itself, there's a bunch of magic objects and things like that, but there's nothing
Right.
there that would, that you would cause you harm. Really?
Okay. I've got the statue. And I can maybe get it back to us.
All right.
Great.
Or I can at least get it out.
Great.
Cool. And we
Right.
have. Oh, by the way, I don't know if we may have buried the lead. We have a dragon.
Yes.
Oh, sick.
You don't have anything.
We
I am a dragon and I'm here and you do not have me.
we don't own you, man. I'm just saying we're going to help us
Yes.
get you out,
Okay,
and we're going to go with you. And I'm going to use my syndicate subclass ability, which reminds someone that I know that they owe me a favor, and George owes Captain Ink on Skin a favor. It says they owe me a favor, but they will be hard to find. He was pretty hard to find. I am HO.
Great. I personally don't need the assistance of the dragon in terms of getting down to ground level safely. So I can handle the statue if you can handle yourself and bring this train, and I'm sorry to curse, down to the damn ground.
Sure. So I guess what I'm trying to say, George, he kind of like walks up to George and like pats him on like a knee, like a really large knee.
It's more like the foot, because the knee
Yeah,
is literally like
you're
two-
right, you're
yeah,
right, you're right. Yeah, like a toe, actually, a toe.
Toe,
You know, when back in the day, we talked about this. One day I was going to call on you, and it seems, my good friend George, that today is that day. After this, we'll be square.
He just puffs out smoke that's tinged with a tiny bit of electricity that makes your hair stand on end. All of it.
Yep.
All of
He's
it.
like, his hat falls off. He's like, I get it.
And with that, we reach the epilogue. I would like everyone to know that Finch's actions in the ballroom have sent every really, really, really rich person in this world tumbling across reality in a dimensional ballroom that will eventually attach itself to a different plane, but it won't be this one. So your employer is gone.
Yes.
So we solve capitalism, I think, is
You
what we're
kind of
trying
solve
to say.
capitalism. You also may have destabilized a lot of the world
The
and part of
economy,
the
yeah.
underground.
Yep.
But, you know, from chaos can rise some good.
Indeed.
You're also disgustingly rich now because the contents of the vault have tied themselves to Finch. Finch also now has control of the train that remains.
Nice.
Literally, it's only the sections of the train, not even the ones that were expanded dimensionally, but the ones that were outer dimensional. So anyone that was in the ballroom and some of the other rooms was severed.
Mm.
So there are still rich people there. You have the train, you have control over them now.
But those
So-
rich people in those cars exist in a different dimension that's not this one in the other version of the train.
Well, no. So basically what Finch did is, it's sort of like if you had like a Lego set and you shook it really hard and those bricks that fell off, not all of them went flying elsewhere. They're not attached to the train. They're gone.
Cool.
You have the train parts. Like the library survived, none of the ballrooms did. Like, yeah.
We got the important parts.
Basically shook
everything else
off
is
the other
gone.
side, yeah.
Yep.
Sweet.
So my question to you all is, what do y'all do now that you're filthy, stinking rich? And what do you do quick? Like, let's just go around.
Yep.
I'll let it start with Izzy.
Heck yeah. I have the experience. I know a guy, so I was wondering if I could use that to think if I know anybody who could cure petrification. And I think I would reach out to that person and see if they could help cure Molly's girlfriend.
Whose name is Estelle. The
Estelle.
inn was named after because basically something that didn't come up was that Pip was also an investor on the train. Got to know
sure.
him.
Yeah.
Amazing. And then if that works, I'd like to write a play about that.
It
That's
does
amazing.
work. It does work. You
And they're gonna
definitely
play
get
the
to write
lead
a
in the play.
It's a success. What is the name of the play?
The play is called A Star. Wait. A street star named Estelle.
Mace, what do you do?
Mace creates an academy for those that are explosive enthusiasts. He calls it Mace Explodes Explodey Bros. And he teaches explosives and the idea of improvising on the fly with explosives to anybody who can afford to go, which he makes the tuition super cheap and affordable. And there's even days or semesters where people can't pay up. And he's just like, tell you what, come through for extra credit and I'll make sure your tuition is paid. He doesn't care about the money. He cares about the explosives and people
Bringing
being excited
explosives
about
to the
blowing things up.
to the
Yep.
masses. Yes.
It's the best.
Very
And
important.
The whole slogan is you too can be an explodey bro if you try hard enough.
I will also say very
Exploding, bro.
very
It's Mace
pertinent
Explodes
in a
Explodey
world.
Bros. That's the school name.
So the world's going to go through a revolution. So
Sure.
very pertinent. You have a lot of enrollment.
Nice.
Les Miserables. Great.
Dickolas Dangerous.
Nicholas Dangerous at your
What do you
service.
do?
I think that Dick would really be interested in getting a fleet of ships and upgrading from captain to admiral to commander. And maybe seeing if Ink on Skin would kind of want to go in on it with him. Because, you can have vice commanders, right? You can... Two captains that are constantly fighting over who's the real captain of the ship, they can come to some sort of an agreement for a fleet, right?
You have 10, I have 10.
And I think that's it. I know, DJ makes me feel real bad now about Mace doing all this good. But Dick is a pirate. Pirates are gonna pirate.
I think it's fine to be selfish with your
Yeah.
ill-gotten
100%.
gains.
I mean,
Absolutely.
also to be fair, there are people who are attending the Academy for Exploding Bros who will definitely find their way aboard your ship.
Incredible.
Networking,
Okay, it's a
yeah,
win-win.
for sure.
It's definitely
Theater
like
school.
it's
The-
like what
the-
colleges say they're gonna do for you and getting you jobs, but actually,
Yeah, exactly.
Would you not? Have you ever heard of pirating? I've got just the 2 captains for you, and then you have new people to your fleet to rid the rich of their
Incredible.
ill-gotten gains.
I love it.
Admiral, Ink on Skin. Jacob just changed the title.
Absolutely.
What
Because
do you
I'm
do?
extra. He will absolutely go halvesies with Dick Dangers. As far as the dual fleet manifesto, but he will secretly behind Dick Danger's back make sure that he has slightly larger ships.
You bitch.
But not. And we'll certainly hold that over Dick Danger's head for literally ever. He will
Expensive dick measuring contest.
indeed, but he will also make a point to one day go back to his homeland, and speaking of dick measuring, will bring his entire fleet to go visit his father, who he is estranged from, and will. One of the things about him was he really hated his father for abandoning him, and he told him that one day he will come back and fight him to the death with all of the power and influence that he ever could have. And that is where he sort of walks off his ship, swords out, ready to fight his father to the death.
Well, he dead. He gonna die.
You gonna
Gonna
die.
die.
You're gonna die.
Who,
Finch.
Ink or his dad?
Oh, definitely not Ink.
Yeah.
No. Finch.
Whereas everyone's epilogues have been long term. I think we roll back to only a day or 2 after the events. And we see Finch in the captain's quarters where we basically left him. But this time we see his eyes covered in shadowy magic kind of pouring off them. And we hear the groaning and cracking of the planks of wood that make up the ground. And then there's a sound, and we hear Finch. The magic dissipates from his eyes. Okay, I know our first date didn't go so well, but I'm hoping maybe for a second.
Yes.
I've seen things. I've seen things.
I'm really sorry.
Perfect. Excellent.
Incredible. All right, my friends.
Wow. What a game.
Truly.
And that is our March of Dimes
Holy
charity
shit.
game.
Follow that.
Yes, I'm sure you have an
I
ending note to
Do,
go off
and that
of.
is that we have been amazing, and we should tell the people who we are and where they can find us.
We should.
Let us start with Zach.
Yeah.
Zach Speaks Giant. I have a YouTube channel where I share silly D&D stories again, and a one-shot which I'm very proud of, where I replace every dice roll with a physical or mental challenge. Someone had to shoot a bow and arrow. I had a bow and arrow. It was very silly, a very good time. Feel free to check it out. Zach Speaks Giant. Mayana.
Hello, I'm Mayana. You can find me on Instagram at Mayana Baron. You can find me on Twitter at BEMayana. Keep an eye out for updates on Story Quest and The Wandering Path on my Twitter. And then, Duval!
Duval! Hey everybody, Jacob Plick, Duval King Jacob, all over the internet. Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky. You can find me all over the place there. I'm the DM of Duval and Dragons, which you can find bi-weekly on Sundays on the So Many Games Twitch channel. Tomorrow you can find me as a player on the That's How We Roll channel for Misfits of Alsteda. That's at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Thursday on Waffles With Assert for Outcast and Outclass. And a whole bunch of other stuff. So follow your boy. I'm being loud wherever I'm allowed to be loud, and most places that I'm not allowed to be loud. So come say hello. DJ.
Hi, I'm DJ. I'm a space and sci-fi enthusiast who spends a lot of time playing in games that have spaceships in them. And then games that don't have spaceships in them, we find ways to really find a way to put a spaceship in them, because why not? I'm silly. I use my voice changer a lot. A lot of times I'll do something to set things on fire or explode things, and we'll use this.
Someone cooked here.
Because they did. And it was me. That's pretty much me in a nutshell. I'm silly. I like to have a good time, and that's pretty much it. You're awesome. Thanks for coming to hang out with us. And I believe it is Seffi's turn.
Hi, I'm Sephi, aka Persephoroth Online. You can keep up with whatever I'm doing on the awful app that is once called Twitter. Also, I stream video games and other stuff on Twitch at Persephoroth. I'm very consistent with my branding. If there's a Persephoroth, it's me. And if they're doing bad things, it's not. It's someone who took my username, which has happened now. But nothing bad, but I've had my username stolen. So.
Dare they?
But yes, how dare you? But anyway, yeah, that's where you can keep up with me. And let's
One thing I want to add.
Yes.
I would spend the rest of my life trying, failing, and then hopefully succeeding one day to add George to my armada.
Yes, absolutely, you should.
I will never serve you.
No, it's a mutually beneficial relationship.
How dare you?
Oh shit. Hell yeah. Well, my friends,
Yeah.
that leaves me. I just want to give a big thank you to Sethi, Mayana, DJ, Zach, and Jacob for donating their time, talents, and efforts this evening. This was so much fun.
Love you, Jess.
Thank you so much to everyone
Anytime.
who watched on YouTube and Twitch. Thank you so much to everyone who donated. Y'all are absolutely amazing.
Oh my God, I forgot about YouTube.
I can't do that.
Um,
I can't do that
We
either. It's gotta be
are
this.
continuing
I'm too
the
much of a millennial.
streams. Tomorrow we have an Oops All Muscle Mommies game of Thirsty Sword Lesbians.
Oh my God, that sounds amazing.
That's at
I
5
wanna watch
p.m.
that.
Pacific Standard
Me too.
Time,
I wanna
right here again. And
under
then
that.
on Thursday we have a world-ending Monster of the Week game. All of these are to support, again, March of Dimes. If you check out my Twitter, you'll also see a charity bundle that's going to be supporting Palestine Children's Relief Fund. That is for all things TTRPG. So thank you all again. Really appreciate all of y'all's support. Hope to see you back again as we continue raising funds for March of Dimes. And with that being said, we are about to raid into Zeal Zaddy. Hope y'all have a great rest of your night. Bye.
Bye.